He's a good kid. We talked about him.
A very pleasant good evening to everybody here on Metro Sports Kansas City. My name is Chris Kamler alongside Brennen Knabbe. It's starting to feel like football weather out here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. Welcome to Broncos Stadium here in the beautiful land named after Lee, L-E-A, not Lee, L-E-E, Lee Summit. We are excited. We got a good one tonight because we have the Broncos from Lee Summit North taking on their cross-state rivals, Blue Valley Northwest, the Huskies. This is going to be a fun one, Brennan.
Absolutely.
We've got two of the top 6 teams in the state, or in the metro area, rather, taking on each other tonight, and these two teams are highly ranked for great reasons.
Absolutely. You look at, we'll go ahead and start with the away team, Blue Valley Northwest, and they are the returning 6A state champ, and they almost went on to win a basketball state title. You were there for that one.
Absolutely.
And if we're gonna talk about guys who have been on both those teams, Grant Stubblefield was the leading scorer for the basketball program last year, and he's got
that guy is ridiculous.
757 yards in 3 games, 99 carries, 7 scores for him. He's only fumbled the ball twice, I believe. And he is the key, the heart and soul of that offense. Ran for a career-high Blue Valley Northwest record, 300 yards last week, added 4 scores, and he's 1 touchdown away from the all-time record. He broke the all-time record with I believe 2,932 yards, the all-time career record at Blue Valley Northwest, and he'll look to add to that tonight. But they can throw the ball. We mentioned the defense for Lee Summit North is strong enough to where they may force some long third downs. And Connor White, the senior, 548 yards through the air, 7 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions so far. And as we mentioned, they have what it takes to score 60 points in any ball game. They put up 48 last week and turned it over twice in the red zone. And for Lee Summit North, their goal tonight should be to just stack the box. See how much action you can get for that offense, led by Williams Nawari. He is the number 5 edge in the nation, 46th overall. He's got 22 Power 5 offers, Bama, Mizzou, Arkansas, Michigan State. And he's their big playmaker on the defensive side of the football, and they'll really look for him to get going. The offense for Lee Summit North, they struggled in week 1, wasn't able to get it going really at all against Liberty North, but they've since heated up. They've got a 2-quarterback look, Maxwell Ford and Elijah Leonard. We're going to see Maxwell Ford throw the ball a little bit more, and we're playing into the anthem now, so we'll go ahead and step out of the way.
Absolutely.
And come right back with you here on Metro Sports KC.
The marching Broncos from Lee Summit North High School. And we were talking, Brennan, you were talking about Blue Valley Northwest and Grant Stubblefield. More than just a one dynamic,
one
dimension rather, because they are able to pass. Now, on the Lee Summit North side, I'm curious to know how they're going to defend, because they have a defensive front seven that is all world.
Last year, the thing with ranking these teams last year was, is Lee Summit North number one? Because you could not score against Lee Summit North. They had the best secondary in the Metro. They had arguably the best front seven besides North Kansas City, who had 3 Power 5 defensive tackles. But besides that, really, Lee Summit, it's going to be very interesting to see how they decide to attack this Blue Valley Northwest offense. I'm just going to throw the book out. I don't really think.
Well, when these two teams face off, we throw the record books out,
we threw the book out earlier.
Almost because they've never really faced each other, but that's okay. On the offensive side, it's a very interesting offense for Lee Summit North. They've got 2 quarterbacks. They've got 3 running backs. They have a host of wide receivers, and they've all done pretty well. They've all They've cut the ball in 19 pieces, and they've done a pretty good job moving the ball. They've scored almost 100 points. They've scored over 100 points in their last 3 games. They're getting it done on offense, but it's really been a collective by committee type offense.
And I spoke with Elijah Leonard, who was a transfer from Liberty North, and he was not bothered by the fact that he's splitting snaps as a senior. And I doubt that Maxwell Ford is either. Ford will be the passing quarterback, 457 passing yards to 6 touchdowns, whereas we're going to see Leonard on the ground a lot more, 21 carries for 125 yards. And that's really how Liberty North used him last year. They used him as the dynamic, Johnny Manziel, get outside of the pocket quarterback. And then in terms of other weapons, they've got Quincy Baker out of the backfield, Tanner Howes out of the backfield as well. And then out wide, they've got Isaiah Mosey, the head coach's son. And he's got 20 receptions for 222 yards as a sophomore, 4 touchdowns already on this season.
Throughout the course of the night, we're going to try to figure out why my head is so much larger than Brennan's, especially considering the extra hair that Brennen has on his head. Somehow I am that is just round. We're gonna get off that shot as much as possible right there. That is not good looking. The band is on the field. We are awaiting the arrival of the 2 teams. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to step aside for just a moment here on Metro Sports Kansas City as we await the arrival of our 2 teams. These 2 teams have never faced each other before, and it should be a fantastic game. Blue Valley Northwest coming in at 2-1. Lee Summit North coming in at 3-1. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll be right back with opening remarks and tip-off here from the Broncos Stadium in Lee Summit.
And we're back. We got a quick read. 816 Nutrition, a big partner of Metro Sports KC. They've been with us since the very beginning. That's what Chris has in his cup.
Far as you know, that's what's in this cup, guys.
Absolutely. The wonderful folks over at 816 Nutrition, meal replacement shakes. Anything protein related, come in after a workout, before a workout, whenever you need it. It'll give you a great boost for your day. I remember I drank about.
What if you don't work out at all?
That's
Can
fine.
you still come in? That's great.
It was a couple days before the All-Star game. Baseball All-Star game. It was June 17th, 18th. We had that event there, and I drank probably 4 of them throughout the day. And then after, I was wired for the rest of the day.
That's good
but
stuff.
It got me through the rest of the work. We had to sort all the jerseys, get everything ready to go to take to Creekside. And so it really helped out. I go there almost every time we're done. Me and my buddies are done with a workout. So I mean, it's truthfully, if we didn't support it, we would not be partnered with them in any way. So we're really glad that we're able to continue to work with them. That is a bright scoreboard.
Yeah, that's very bright. Where can one find 816 Nutrition in the Metro?
There are plenty of little nutritional outlets, but 816 is right off Antioch Road. That's the one we ask that you go to. That's our favorite one.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's great. And they are huge sponsors of the program. Yeah. They are huge sponsors of us, and we appreciate all of their support. Speaking of the All-Star game, I understand we have another All-Star game coming up soon.
Running it back, this time November 12th, 2022. It'll be 4 p.m. at North Kansas City High School. The best 14 from Kansas and the best 14 from Missouri. Volleyball. We've got it. We've got 9 of the top 50 players in the nation playing in this game. The number 1 overall player in the nation, according to one outlet, and then the number 1 team and then number 1 player in the nation, according to a different outlet. Covering all the bases.
Well, we definitely have this game covered tonight with multiple outlets covering it. That's how big of a game this is, though. I mean, listen,
everywhere.
The first Super Bowl was covered by 2 networks, and this is pretty dang close. So we are excited. The Broncos are heading onto the field, and we are just about ready to get started. Welcome in, folks. My name is Chris Kamler alongside Brennen Knabbe. You know, listen, the states of Kansas and Missouri have been playing football against each other for over 130 years, dating back to just a decade or two following the Civil War. 2 more teams will add their names to the list of football programs doing battle along the border tonight. From the Missouri side, the Lee Summit North Broncos, a team that nearly made a state championship game last year, doing it in a true team way. 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, a defensive front 7 that would cause nightmares for any offensive coordinator. From the Kansas side, the defending 6A state champions, Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, looking every bit like the back-to-back title contenders that they are, on the shoulders of their ridiculous running back, Grant Stubblefield, putting up video game numbers so far, and 1 touchdown away from a career school touchdown record, and this is only week 4 of his senior year. High schools in Kansas and Missouri been playing football since the late 1880s, Brennen, and that was only a couple of decades before a university in Missouri began a new tradition. That tradition, homecoming, and we are ready to go tonight. We continue those traditions as Kansas and Missouri do battle on the gridiron once more at the homecoming game, as Lee Summit North and Blue Valley Northwest meet for the first time right here on Metro Sports Kansas City. A very pleasant good evening, as I had said. Alongside Brennen Knabbe, I'm Chris Kamler. We are in week 5, my friend, of the Missouri side, week 4 of the Kansas side, and there is no bigger game on the docket than this one right here tonight. I am excited. This one should be a good game if we have the opportunity to see the white-on-white numbers from Blue Valley Northwest.
Absolutely. And by the way, greatest intro read
got the
I think
Civil
I've ever
War,
seen.
we got the history of homecoming in there.
We covered it
We
all.
got it all, baby.
The bases have been checked.
We got it all.
It doesn't help that Blue Valley Northwest is on the opposite side. So they are even further away. So if anything,
you just need to trust us on who the captains
are.
are.
If we get it wrong, they can't tell either.
That's right.
There's no way any of us are being able to tell.
This one should be good. We mentioned in the open, Brennen, that we've got one of the best rushers in the city in Grant Stubblefield against one of the best front 7s defensively from Lee Summit North. I think that is going to be the marquee matchup tonight. But really, I'm curious to see how the Lee Summit North offense moves, moving guys in and out so much. They've got 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs. This should be a lot of fun to watch.
And that was a problem for them in week 1. It seemed like they couldn't get offensive momentum going because they had to iron out those kinks in terms of transitionary things. They had a couple delay of games, a couple missed snaps, and it can't be easy for a quarterback to have to come in or a center rather, to to come in and adjust to where he's snapping the ball in terms of the quarterback. That's not something that you can, just figure out in an afternoon. So obviously since then they've heated up 7 points in their first game and over 100 altogether in 4 games. So they've definitely kind of caught the fire and begun to heat up. And we've got captains for you. First for the home team, Lee Summit North, it'll be Elmoni Vance, the sophomore. I believe that is Tanner Howes. He'll be the offensive number 5. Quincy Baker, the running back, 24, and 22, that'll be Cade Williams. For Blue Valley Northwest, it'll be Trey Ridley, the junior. Ooh, look at their roster. Aiden Bamer, they've actually got the captains marked for us. Awesome. Connor White, the quarterback, and Joel Deppy, along with Bennett Radcliffe. Those will be the captains for both teams. We'll meet at center here in just a moment.
Captains for this evening's game. First for the Huskies, Connor White, Bennett Radcliffe, Aiden Baymire, and Joel Deppy. And for your Broncos, Tamarian Cashier, Tanner Howes, Cade Williams, and Quincy Baker.
Well, you could have just waited and they read them off, Brennan.
Or I could have beat him to it. That's the whole plan tonight, isn't it? Just beat everybody.
Beat everybody to it.
Beat everybody.
And back to
these games don't happen that often. Certainly not more than once a year, and for many, many years they never happened at all. And so I'm really excited. We did a game for another network a couple of years ago where Arkansas came up and played a Topeka school, and that was a lot of fun. These games across states, because of different rules and the schedules, it just doesn't happen that often. But it happened more over the COVID years because teams would drop out and they need to add teams. And these coaches really enjoyed it because, let's be honest, if you lose this game, it doesn't really count quite. It's like a non-conference.
Right.
It's a showcase game, but it doesn't count against, like Lee Summit
League standings,
North lost to Liberty North, and that's a division conference game. So I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying these teams like to compare themselves and play other really like-minded teams. The stakes are relatively in check in games like this.
And, we see this a lot more with the private schools, the independents that aren't going to play in conference.
Yeah, Miege will play across the line.
Rockhurst.
Aquinas will play across the line just out of necessity.
But these are 2 public schools we're seeing take
2
on one
public
another.
schools. Love it, love it, love it.
2 great public schools as well.
2 of the finest in their places of place.
Respective states.
All right, so I'm going to get all my buttons figured out here.
Built in. Yep.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
And we
are just about ready for tip.
We're doing it.
We're going to do 15 on the clock here. I don't know why it was. It is homecoming, as we had mentioned. The theme is Disney tonight, and we are certainly looking to wish upon a star at some point this evening. Will that star at the end of the night be Grant Stubblefield? Will it be Eli Leonard, Max Ford on the north side? The Huskies and the Broncos about to do battle. Back to return. Looks like Lee Summit North will return. And House.
And Mosey back.
And Mosey.
Those are 2 dangerous guys back there.
Yeah, House and Mosey are the slashers. They are a lot of fun to watch. And those are guys that we're going to have a lot of fun watching return the kickoff as we are just about ready. The speaker is booming. The scoreboard is. There is nothing better than Friday Night Lights, and we're doing it for you tonight from Lee Summit North, Broncos Stadium. Thanks for joining us, folks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some cross-state football. Kick is away. It will be taken by Howes. Howes. On the far sideline to the near sideline, across the 20, 30, 35 to the 40, pushed out of bounds.
Lincoln Ramey able to.
And what a return by Howes, as they are going to get a short field to start. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40.
And really a big opportunity there to begin this game. Luckily, Lincoln Ramey able to push him out of bounds before he got too far, and it'll be a hold, so we're going to go ahead and move it back 10 yards.
Oh, boy.
And that'll, now we're back to the 25.
That'll move it back to the 25, right where it was.
And Max Ford will come out to play quarterback on this first play from scrimmage for Lee Summit North.
Lee Summit North, Max Ford and Eli Leonard, they will trade off. Running back is Howes. Ford, near side. That is Isaiah Mosey. And that is about a gain of about 6. And it'll be 2nd and 4.
And that's a dangerous play right there. I mean, you got Mosey over the middle. That's where he's going to do a lot of his damage. It's going to be the job of the defensive backs for Blue Valley Northwest to try to limit that as much as they can. Nothing going there, and it's a short 2nd down for Lee Summit North.
Just underway here in the first quarter. Just one play into the game. That is a handoff, far side Howes. Howes gets across the 35 to the 36, and that'll be a 1st down. 1st and 10 on a gain of about 5. And ball will be placed at the 36-yard line, and that's exactly what they're looking for out of Howes. He was 47 for 294 yards so far this season, and we are just about ready to go. Man in motion, tight end. Going to be lead blocker around the corner as Mose tries to get out and cut the corner.
Livingston able to cut him down there.
That was Quincy Baker on the carry.
Yes.
And he'll get a gain of 4.
Weimolt,
2nd and 6.
Weimolt was able to really get outside and contain that one. That's something that we did talk about, is how are these teams going to defend each other. Blue Valley Northwest, how are they going to defend this very multifaceted attack? 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, some depth at wide receiver, and so far they haven't struggled. They haven't given up anything big.
Man in motion is Mosey. He'll take it on the end around, and he will not get around. He got to the end but didn't get around. And now crowd wants
something after the play.
Something after the play, near side. But it'll be 3rd down, a short gain, a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 41. .9:40 left to go in the first quarter, just underway. First drive by Lee Summit North. 3rd and officially 4 from the 42. Handoff far side, that is Howes. Howes breaks a tackle, gets up to the sticks and dives for 3 more. He's up near midfield. That'll be the 2nd first down of the series.
And what a move, 2 moves there by Howes. A little juke move and the spin gets them the 1st down. And that's a very important play early in this game, able to pick up the 3rd down and short. Continues the drive for Lee Summit North.
They are at midfield. They'll go out of the pistol from the shotgun as Max Ford is having a strong...
He's got time in the pocket, steps up, has to throw it away, and able to get it away. Just kind of a broken play there for them.
4th pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Broncos.
1 for 1 or 1 for 2 on the night so far. And again, we mentioned that Ford and Leonard usually trade off. Ford got the majority of the snaps last week against Lee Summit.
Yes.
And that was because Leonard had a little bit of a physical ailment. And we have not seen Leonard on the field so far tonight.
He did warm up. I can confirm he did warm up. He looked maybe a little uncomfortable. Handoff to Baker now.
Breaks the tackle into the secondary. Across the 40, dives forward. And it is a good run. He'll run for 11. And it'll be another 1st and 10 opportunity. And the ball will go to the 38. Three first downs in this series. Looking good so far. They are matriculating the ball right down the field. 8:33 left to play in the first quarter. Right up the gut. That is Baker. Dives forward. Even their shorter runs, Brendan, they are getting 5 and 6 per play.
And it's a great first step by the running backs. It's giving them kind of that lunge forward, and they're able to break through that front 7, really get into the secondary a little bit and try to make some moves. They haven't broken off a big one yet, but those 6-7 yard gains will really start to add up, especially early.
Just under 8 minutes to play. From the pistol once more, they'll go double wide receivers on the left side, single on the right with a tight end on the right side. Now a man in motion comes far to near. They're going to target that man deep. They were looking for Xavier Winston, and that was incomplete. So Ford's now 1 for 3 on the night. And that'll be 3rd and 3. They've been mostly getting it done on the ground, and 3rd and short, likely to see Howes.
And there
right
on
here.
that play, if you want to talk about who made the impact, Trey Williams, the junior, was able to disrupt. Didn't give him time to really make that progression on that right side of the field. Had to pull it short. Was intended for Herman Burks. Just wasn't able to get it
officially
to him.
3.5. That's a handoff to Howes. Howes across the corner, and he stays in bounds across the 20, cuts back into the 15-yard line, and that'll be another new set of downs on a 20-yard scamper by Tanner Howes.
And it looked like they had him dead to rights on that left side of the field, really boxed him in. Howes just found the little gap necessary to break through, get a first down, and they're knocking on the door.
Quincy Baker will check in. Tanner Howes will check out. Red zone offense on the field for Lee Summit North. Looking to get on the board right here in their first drive. 3-step drop across. Corner route has the man open, just overthrew him. And they were just going to do a little corner play there in the near side.
And that's intended for Yasir Winston. Winston, just 7 catches on the year. That was his 12th target. Winston's really a defensive back by nature. He's got 4 interceptions so far already on this year. And that one just kind of turned him around. He didn't know if the ball was going to be inside or more towards that back corner. He had to flip his legs at the last second, just couldn't catch up with it.
2nd and 10 from the 15.
I like this Mosey matchup on the near side.
Near side is Mosey. They're targeting Mosey, and either Mosey ran the wrong route or Ford ran through to the wrong guy. But it'll be 3rd and 10. And that is how we will do it.
3rd and 10 from Broncos from the Husky 15.
Ball still on the 15, under 7 to play. 6:57. So a little miscommunication on that 3rd down or 2nd down play, and they've got 3rd down now. Still one man in the backfield.
This would be a positive end to
We're gonna
a
call a timeout.
negative start for Blue Valley Northwest if they're able to just force Lee Summit North to 3 here.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would kind of culminate this drive on a positive note and give their offense not too big of a hole to begin.
We got our first timeout. So far, Blue Valley Northwest has been unable really to stop the run. They've done a pretty good job on the pass, but right now they are trying to do a bend, don't break down near the goal line. It'll be 3rd and 10, ball in the 15.
And a name we haven't quite called yet, 75 on the left side here. That is the #1 offensive tackle in the nation, Caden Green. He's committed to the University of Oklahoma, and he is far and away the biggest guy on the field right now.
You could see him from space. My goodness, holy cow. 3rd and 10, here we go. 3-step drop, quick pass. That's the play they were looking for earlier to Isaiah Mosey. He got tied up with the defender a little bit, but couldn't make it back, and that will be 4th down. They're going to send their kicking team on.
And it seems like Mosey and Ford might need to take a second on the sideline here, get back on the same
and get
page.
synced up. That's twice now they haven't been able to connect on basically the same route, and they just called a timeout to try to figure it out. So here comes a chance for 3.
Be Liam Kays to kick it.
Kick is up, and the kick is
No good.
just wide left. So all that sound and fury signifying nothing, and we are going to flip around and see our first opportunity at Blue Valley Northwest, and their quarterback, Connor White, grants Stubblefield in the backfield. And Stubblefield is one that I am very, very excited to get to see.
I haven't seen him play football yet. I have seen him on the hardwood, but arguably his better sport. Football, 99 carries, 757 yards, 7 touchdowns, and this is their 4th
basketball
game.
wasn't bad.
I mean, he was a 20 points per game scorer. He's picking up offers to play basketball mid-major Division I. Got to give credit to the QB, though. We'll talk a lot about Stubblefield tonight, but Connor White, 34 for 58 on the year so far, 548 yards and 7 touchdowns for him. This might be his night because they're stacking the box.
And a flag right off the bat. See if somebody moved early. And it is false start on the offense. So that'll move them back 5 yards. It'll make it 1st and 15. Definitely not the way you want to start for the Huskies here.
And Elijah Leonard is on this near sideline, and he's walking with a little bit of a limp. He's got his helmet with him. He's still suited up. So
my sense is that he will find the field.
Yeah. At some
These
point.
2 seniors are going to be hard to keep them off. Pass, and that is broken up by Mosey. Mosey doing it on offense and now defense as he broke that pass up.
2nd and 15.
So there is 2 number 2s. That was Alex Black that got in the backfield, the linebacker. Him and Mosey got the
That
same
makes
number.
sense, yeah. They do that at Northtown. It messes me up except for,
The big
Edric,
numbers.
Edric Hill is pretty easy to find. So that'll make it 2nd and 15. We'll try it again. Going to pass again, deep, get across. And, oh, my goodness, what a sales job that was. They're going to throw the flag. I am not sure that, well, the flag is on the field. They're going to call a defensive pass interference and
Move it 15 yards.
move it 15 yards, and we'll do it again.
And that was between a sales job and actually a
The
pass
Oscar
interference,
is being awarded.
I mean, at this point, with the way that the game has transitioned, that's got to be not a goal, but the wide receivers are in a way kind of taught.
It just seemed a little high. It seemed a little uncatchable.
Yeah,
and
might have
he
been long.
seemed to maybe,
Embellish.
mustard it a little bit. So first, a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 30. They're going to try to go deep again and ran the wrong route, almost intercepted. And the night so far of running the wrong routes, as it looked like that was Trevor Garlington.
Might have been, yeah, I had De'Eric Hardy breaking that one up, and that's the
Or it could have been Ashley, yeah. Might have been Ashley on the route, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ashley on the route, Hardy on the breakup, and really that's the 3rd or 4th dropped INT we've seen tonight.
Yeah, so far.
We're back at 2nd and 10. Stubblefield, first carry, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Brandon Hill was the first to contact there.
So Stubblefield greeted rudely. He loses a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11 now. I think I got all my buttons and whistles all figured out
You're
here.
doing great so far. I'll give it to you.
Well, this is a full-time job here. Coming up on 6 minutes to play. 3rd and long. Going to go deep again. Can he split the defenders? No, the defenders crunch in and break it up.
And
that'll bring up 4th down.
Raylan Glasgow there on the coverage. He was able to kind of converge, make a play on that ball, not allow anything, and we'll see the punt unit come back out for Blue Valley Northwest.
So back-to-back punts here.
Missed field goal and a punt.
Yeah, sorry, missed field goal and a punt. So far, the defense is standing tall. They'll get a Husky bounce. Somebody flies in from the outside. And it'll be down at the 31-yard line, and that is where Blue Valley North will take over once again. 1st and 10.
Lee Summit North taking back over, and hopefully they'll be able to finish what they started last drive. And realistically for them, that was a great opener, able to matriculate all the way down the field, just could not finish the job. And when you're playing a team like Lee Summit North, or a team like Blue Valley Northwest, you have to. That is not a thing that you can just give up.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle, Howes. Howes barrels into the defensive line, gain of 4.
Baker up the middle for a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 for the Broncos from their own 35.
And it's really nothing fancy. That's just right
down
off
the pipe.
tackle left right there. Up to the 35-yard line, and that is where they will have their 2nd and 6 play. 5:20 left to play in the first quarter. So far, defense is standing tall. Man in motion. Now it's going to be a handoff. That is Baker. Baker off tackle left side. Gets across the sticks. He's down at the 45. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The 3rd first down for Lee Summit North, and Quincy Baker has done the majority of that work. 4 carries for just over 30 yards to start the night. And they've all really been to that same off-tackle play. We'll see Howes check back in to play running back here. Maxwell has started the night just 1 for 5 for 4 yards. But the running game has paid the bills so far.
Stacked up on the far side of the field. Couple of wide receivers. Now the tight end goes in motion. It'll be Baker. Baker, a little juke move. Correction, that's Howes. That little juke move got him another 4 yards. And it'll be a gain of 9. 2nd and 1.
2nd and a short one.
And
from just across midfield at the 47, 6-yard line, rather.
My question would then be, the last drive, they ran the ball all the way inside the 20.
And then they decided to
abandon the run for 4 plays.
Well, got to get in the mind of an offensive coordinator. There's Howes again. Same run play off to the left side. That left side is really doing the damage. You mentioned that high-powered left tackle there. And it's just
find him and run behind him.
Yep, find him and run behind him. You got it. 3:44 left to play in the first quarter. They are down to the 39-yard line.
And both backs have had success here. Howes and Baker both eclipsing 30 yards so far on the night.
That is Baker. Baker runs into some trouble, but still falls forward for 3.
3-yard pickup by Baker.
And both of these running backs, they're shifty. They get out of the backfield. That first move they make, you can never really tell which direction they're going to go. Howes we saw him cut one back earlier. But they have really been successful in every facet of the run game. That's probably their shortest run so far, and it's for 4 yards.
Baker averaging coming into tonight 7.3 yards per carry. And this team and Howes is averaging 6.3 yards per carry, and they are getting every bit of that. Now they're going to pass a little screen pass out of the backfield. Was it forward? They are going to say it was forward, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. So that'll make it 3rd and 7.
And Aiden Bamer got in the backfield, the senior, the captain, and he comes in and plays the disruptor, able to throw it off there. And Maxwell Ford, just 1 for 6 on the night.
Lee Summit North ranked number 3 in our latest Metro Sports Kansas City Top 25. Blue Valley Northwest ranked 6th in the Metro. 3rd and 7, here we go. Handoff, off to the left side. Make a hole, make way, and now we'll see what they do on 4th and short.
The punt unit didn't move.
Punt unit, yeah, they're going to Kansas City High School football. This is not a puntable situation. Yeah. Officially 4th and 3 from the 31-yard line. Coming up on 2 minutes in the first quarter. Handoff near side. Finds a seam, dives, cartwheels forward for the first down. So the 4th down conversion will get a new set of downs. Not quite to the red zone. Gets it down to the 24. But a new set of downs.
Let's look at it from a momentum perspective. It's Lee Summit North's homecoming game.
Yep.
If you're Blue Valley Northwest, you've got to neutralize the crowd early. And so far, no success in that. 2 long drives for Lee Summit North, and they've pounded the ball over 75 rushing yards on these first 2 drives in just 9 carries.
But they have not gotten in the end zone. This is Baker. Baker falls forward again for 3. Well, it may be 2.5. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 22, maybe 2nd and 8 if you're scoring at home. And why wouldn't you be, quite honestly? Thanks for joining us again tonight here on YouTube Metro Sports Kansas City. We're excited to have you here. Under a minute to play. 48 seconds officially. Clock is unofficial on this screen. And now they're going to try to punch it in. 3-step drop, corner route. They're going to try that pass again. This time they connect with Mose. 3rd time's a charm. As that one finally connects. The difference that time is they got a little separation with the defender. And he was able to kind of come back towards the sticks and make that happen. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. They could get a first down if needed. And we're at 22 seconds. 16 seconds. That may be how the first quarter. They'll get one more play off with 10 seconds to go. Left side, around, up 2, and the line. They're going to call him down at the 1.
Half an inch short.
Half an inch short. That will be a first down, though. So they'll get a new set of downs.
And that's how the first quarter will end.
First and goal for the Broncos at the 1 yard line.
And that will be the first quarter. So, Brennen, why don't you tell us about 816 Nutrition one more time as we step aside for our quarter break.
They are keeping me alive and in shape this week. I've stopped there about 4 times. 816 Nutrition, proud partner of Metro Sports KC, the official drink sponsor.
The official drink sponsor
of Metro Sports KC.
Yet again, another long drive out to Lee Summit. You know what I didn't have? I didn't have any 816 Nutrition. We left early, too. I made sure.
To allocate time.
I made sure.
Next week for that.
Listen, are you familiar with what a legal rider is, a talent rider?
Yes.
We're going to need some 816 Nutrition. Guys, I know you're listening because you guys are huge sponsors of everything we do here at Metro Sports Kansas City. My goodness, let's get us some to-go packs, like a little runner pack. Brennan's there all the time; he can pick them up. That's the thing, though; they're like little frosty smoothie things, right?
No, they are just straight up
little
drinks. You can just they're very digestible, not a lot of sugar, still maintains a pretty good level of sweetness. I love them.
Here's what I need. By 7:03 in the morning, I need about 6 shots of caffeine. Can they do that for me?
They can do that, and
they do it healthierly.
Yes, healthier.
More healthierly. Thank you.
We're gonna
Thank you, 816 Nutrition. We appreciate you so much.
Absolutely, and they are going to have a booth at the Metro
Sports Volleyball thing.
All-Star game.
All-Star game. Sorry, that's what that's called.
Let's
reset for you here. We are at 12 minutes remaining in the half. We are at the 1 yard line. Lee Summit North is knocking on the door there at the 1. It is first and goal.
QB sneak.
From the 1, and now they got quarterback under center. And it is quarterback sneak. Bob's your uncle. There's your touchdown. Touchdown, Lee Summit North. A 1 yard carry by Howes. Lee Summit North on the board on their second drive.
And that time they finished what they started on the first drive. Ford able to punch it in from the half-inch line. And Lee Summit North, the early lead, starting the second quarter off strong. It's 6-0.
Extra point attempt is a muffed snap. The holder was like 50-50 whether he just calls fire, and then he put the ball back down, and the kick was no good. So both kicks on special teams for Lee Summit North no good. Stick that in the back of your mind for maybe later in case we need it. But it is 6-0 with 11:58 left to play in the first half. Thoughts on that drive? That was a pretty convincing, workmanlike drive by Lee Summit North.
Run the dang ball.
That's right.
That's what they did, and they did it well.
It was really, 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust, too.
I mean, and those plays are going to add up when we're talking getting 4 yards a carry in the beginning of the game, and then they're busting 7, 8, 9 yard runs off. By the end of the game, those are going to turn into longer plays. The defense is going to get tired. Lee Summit North has killed the time of possession battle so far in this first half.
How's the leading rusher right now? 5 carries for 45 yards. And, of course, Maxwell Ford with that touchdown on the ground, the 1 yard scamper, makes it a 6-0 ball game.
8 first downs in those first 2 drives for Lee Summit North. Blue Valley Northwest's only first down was a penalty first down. They got it on that pass interference. And they're really going to need to heat up this drive.
109 total offensive yards to -1. Let's see if that changes right here. Picked up at the 19. Left side, got a little bit of room to run. Turning the corner across the 30-35. Now collapsed out of bounds at the 37. And that's where we will start things for Blue Valley Northwest, now down in a 6-0 hole.
First and 10.
The Huskies taking a little bit of extra time on the sidelines, just about ready to see how they do.
They're going to look to get Grant Stubblefield started so far.
I believe that is something that probably needs to happen. Stubblefield.
Carry for -1 yards.
Out of the pistol, he'll get the, no, they're going to fake the carry. Little trash route out near side across the 50. It'll be a first down, and it looks like that was to Hoffman. Gavin Hoffman gets his first reception.
I had Peyton Atchley on that catch.
White's pass is complete to Hoffman.
I win. Hoffman. Hoffman it is. Hoffman is their leading touchdown scorer.
Yeah. We're having trouble with the white on white on white on white early.
That's across the middle. And it'll be 2nd and 2. So here come the Huskies.
8-yard completion on the quick slant from White. Spots the ball at the Bronco 40, 2nd and 2.
They're looking to move fast now.
And maybe not so much of a dose of Stubblefield here. In a little misdirection on the offensive side. This will be Stubblefield. He jukes right, then jukes left. He'll have to be brought down from behind after a gain of 10. New set of downs for the Huskies. Here they come. They're across the 35.
Very Le'Veon Bell-esque run there.
Yeah, that was a downhill little juke
wait
move.
For the gap.
1st and 10 we go. Far side. Man open, barrels over his own man for a gain of 11.
And
back-to-back first downs.
And that's a good sign for Blue Valley Northwest, is that they're finding creative ways to get Stubblefield touches. Because obviously he's going to be in the backfield all night.
Yeah, and Stubblefield got two catches. That's his 3rd catch of the year. For now, that almost doubles his wide receiver total. Also caught for a touchdown. Stubblefield again. Sheds a defender in the backfield, but now he's going to be tripped up and lose 2 yards.
And a delayed handoff there. It was really just sniffed out in the backfield by Cade Williams. He was the first to contact. He really just threw off the entire energy of the play. It'll be a 2nd and long for Blue Valley Northwest.
2nd and about 12. Stubblefield in the backfield. White from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left side. They're going to go to the near side. Tall pass, and it's brought in at the 15. It's still going to be short of a first down. It'll be a gain of 9, call it. It'll be 3rd and 3.
White's pass is complete to the Bronco 14. Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Huskies from Broncos.
That will put the ball at the 14-yard line. They need that first down. Ball at the 13. Stubblefield right up the A gap to the 10-yard line. And a first down. New set of downs. It'll be goal to go from the 10.
And what makes Stubblefield special is his ability to change gears. He can really be a power back and a speed back. If you get him out wide, he'll make plays all day, but when you can put him up the middle and still knock off 3-4 yards, and they're going to get 5 more with that encroachment. And Blue Valley Northwest really looking to get back in this one, tie it up, maybe even take the lead here.
So that'll be 1st and goal from the 5 now.
Encroachment by the Broncos. Half the distance to the goal. 1st and goal.
And they are inside the 5, call it the 4.5. And if Stubblefield doesn't get the ball here, I'm going to eat my hat. Option, Stubblefield, near side, 1 man to beat. It's going to be pushed out at the 1. So pushed out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
And again, we talk creativeness on how they're going to get Stubblefield his touches. He was going to pitch that one all the way, and now they'll hand it out to Stubblefield. He'll get around the corner and score.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Stubblefield. Touchdown, Blue Valley Northwest.
2-yard gain by
Another workmanlike
Husky touchdown.
type drive. They started out with some air raid, and then it turned it over to Stubblefield. He goes in for his 8th touchdown of the year, and that is a record-setting touchdown, as he has now set the school record. Was that 39, I think,
Yes.
for a career, beating just last year the record was set. And
Mikey
so
Pauley.
congratulations to Stubblefield. Kick is up. That one is through the upright, so Northwest now takes a 7-6 lead.
Next point attempt is good. Brings our score to Blue Valley Northwest 7, Lee Summit North 6.
Seven to 6, the Huskies over the Broncos. We got a good one brewing here in Lee Summit. These cross-state, I won't say rivals because they've never played before, but anytime Kansas faces off against Missouri, it draws some extra eyes and some extra attention just because of the rarity of it. And so far, this is living up to the bill. Let's talk for a second about this complex. I have not been out to the football stadium. I've been in the field house before. This is gorgeous. I love they got the Faroe Field type, lining on the grass out on the far side. This is just very cool. They got the students down front and center. This is a lot of fun.
I do. The only caveat I have is visitor seating is quite limited.
No,
and sparse.
they are. I'm not even sure they're in Jackson County where they are seated right now. They are a long way away.
Howes and Isaiah Mosey back 8 to receive for the Broncos.
Howes and Mosey.
It is Mosey. I told you. I don't know.
Don't worry about me. It's fine. It's my first
doing
time.
great.
It's my first time doing this, so
Chris's 476th rodeo.
We're all good. And we are kicking it off. That one will go into the end zone and smartly not be taken out by Tanner Howes.
Brings the ball out of the end
The
zone.
2 E's.
Broncos
2 E's gives you the E.
That's what I thought.
O-Z.
I had it as Mosey all day, but
We get some bad information. We get some bad information on the text line.
Misinformation.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the PA announcer. Always go with the PA announcer because he's the guy that gets yelled at when it's wrong. .8:31 left to play in the second quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from, what is that, the 20-yard line,
20 even.
as is the rule.
We're old school here. None of
the 25-yard
business.
line nonsense. Pass screen near side. That's Xavier Winston. Winston with a little bit of room to run across the 25, across the 30. Now he's going to move the scrum another 5 yards. And was that Winston or was that
I've got that as Xavier Lindsay, the tight end.
Lindsay?
Split out wide. He wasn't even on our regular stat sheet here. He's not gotten a lot of touches from the wideout position, and they're going to try the same thing.
Both teams going a little hurry-up offense.
That one's
And
coming
we're going to
back.
have a hold in the backfield is grabbing someone and shoving them to the ground is holding. It's a nice tackle, but it's also holding. So that
Lindsay-
one's coming back.
Lindsay hip tosses a guy. And 1st and 20 now.
That'll move them back to the 30-yard line.
10-yard holding penalty by the Broncos from the spot of the foul. Makes it 1st and 24 from their own 26.
7-6, Blue Valley Northwest. Representing the great state of Kansas, and Lee Summit North representing the great state of Missouri.
Missouri boy your whole life, Chris, huh?
Born and raised, my friend. Born and raised. We are in the land of Drew Lock, land that Drew Lock built.
Indeed
There's a
we
pass
are.
and immediately crushed. That's the other Lee Summit, though. We can't say his name here.
Yeah.
He's second at about
sure.
17.
And Mosey makes the catch there. A good job by the young wideout to hold on to that one. He knew a hit was coming.
Officially just a gain of a yard, so 2nd and 19.
Well, it was 1st and 24-ish. I think they did
call
the 10 from the spot.
From the spot. Okay, I got you. I'm picking up what you're laying down there, Brennen.
Fire.
Oh, they couldn't make the handoff, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. That was not a designed run play that I believe, and Ford goes down.
And Holdus able to get in there, disrupt, and make it a very long 3rd down.
3rd and 22. As he is at the 28-yard line. Been a fun game, though. I think the defenses on both teams have really stepped up.
This wasn't one that I expected the over in by any means. Hey, man, there's a Kansas team playing in this game.
That's
We
true.
got to show love.
Fair point. Pushed out of bounds. A gain of probably 12, but that's still going to put him 10 yards shy.
What I really loved about that play was the guy holding the stick through it. It wasn't he set it down.
Those are the more expensive sticks. They got a couple of extra bucks out here in Lee Summit, so they got the fancy sticks that light up.
And here comes Elijah Leonard, his first snap of the night.
And it is 4th down. Now they're going to drop back to Pooch. And they will Pooch kick, and it is a good one. It's going to pin him back to the 26-yard line. That's not bad as Pooch kicks go. And they'll take it. It'll flip the screen. We'll flip the field. And Blue Valley Northwest will get their next drive, 1st and 10 from the 26.
And we're 6 minutes and 30 seconds away from naming a homecoming queen. Are you excited?
Oh, my
for
goodness.
That?
I am
excited?
I'm dressed
Is it
up.
Just me?
I'm dressed up just in case I get an invite.
An invite.
Is that what they do? They hold up the signs and go HOCO question mark? Is that how that works?
Indeed.
I'm not up with all the traditions.
Very, very, very many moons since
I just
had that
asked a
moment.
bunch of girls until one of them finally said yes. Deep ball, and that is way overthrown. Be 2nd and 10. Nothing to see here.
Just a bit outside.
Oh, just a bit outside. 7-6, Huskies lead. 6:25 left to play in the 2nd quarter. Personnel changes coming in and out. Relatively quiet night from Stubblefield so far. He did get the touchdown.
He did.
But somebody averaging, 33 carries a game, and now they caused a
ruckus.
encroachment. The hard snap count by White. That may add 5 yards, and it will. So it'll be 2nd and 5.
And just 11 rushing yards for Grant Stubblefield on 6 carries in
That's
his first half.
that's lower than average.
Yeah,
It's lower than his average right now.
He ran for 300 last week. Connor White, though, has played his part, 4 for 7, 45 yards for the quarterback in this first half.
They have really, really leaned on the pass so far early.
Well, and we
Low
talked about
snap, and it's a fumble. Everybody
talked
diving on it. I think White is able to recover.
And keys to this game, we mentioned that if you're Lee Summit North, pick anyone except Grant Stubblefield to beat you.
Yeah.
Make somebody else win this game for Blue Valley Northwest. And Connor White has stepped up to the plate so far.
Well, and as chess games go, you've got that defensive 7 of Lee Summit North, and so maybe they've opted just to try to go over the top of them tonight so far. 3rd and 9 after the fumble. Ball at about the 26. Crowd starting to make a little noise. All dressed up in their Disney garb. And Disney, see, now it's a false start, so they're just going to trade places. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now again. I got to keep reminding myself that Star Wars is Disney.
It is, yes.
And so we got We got Darth Vader down there. We got Tinkerbell, Woody the Cowboy.
Broncos fans, let's hear you once again.
3rd and 14. It's a long third down.
Play clock at 12.
And this place is starting to rumble a little bit.
It really is. They want to stop. Passing play across the middle, mishandled. And it'll bring up 4th down.
And you got to think he maybe took his eye off the ball for a second. Was looking to get upfield because he knows
anytime
he's
on
10
those
yards
crossing
short.
patterns, you're going to hear footsteps, and it's that. There were a lot of bodies around him when he dropped that ball.
4th and 14. We're going to see the punt unit come out. And White fumbles the snap. He is able to get it off, but it is to the original line of scrimmage.
Not a good kick.
And Lee Summit North looks poised to take the lead before the half here.
So with 5:26 remaining in the half, Lee Summit North going to have a short field. And they're calling for the homecoming royalty, Brennan.
All right, I'll be back.
That's your cue?
I'll be back.
Couldn't get it at your school. You got to go go out here at Lee Summit.
That was
Get nominated. I'll
soon.
nominate you.
Too soon, young man.
They didn't ask me.
Too
Oh,
soon.
sorry, my bad. Here we go.
I couldn't get our spotter friend over here to rig the
right?
vote for me. I tried.
Got to have it. Ball on the 26. Handoff. Left side. That same play across the 25-20. He is to the house. Lee Summit North goes on top with a 26-yard touchdown run.
Tanner Howes says hello.
Tanner Howes to the house.
Just his 2nd touchdown of the year. They've been getting it done through the air. But that left side off tackle play, run to the side, Caden Green's on, and that'll get the job done. 12-7 now.
They will line up for the extra point. Kick is no good, so both extra points have failed, and they had a field goal attempt in there as well, didn't they? So all 3 of their kicks have failed for Lee Summit North.
Brings our score now to Lee Summit North 12.
Looking very reminiscent of a certain Los Angeles Chargers team from, I believe I was 3 years old, when they had the #1 offense, the #1 defense, and the 32nd ranked special teams, and they went 8-8 and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Well,
special teams will pay the bills.
special teams makes it happen. (12-7) here, 5:19 remaining in the half, and that was a one-play drive of 26 yards by Tanner Howes. You're right, it's just his 2nd touchdown of the season, but what a touchdown it was. That was Purdy as he goes to the cone. Puts it the biscuit in the basket. We got a volleyball score, 12-7.
Yeah. Looks like the score of a Royals game.
Yeah,
last 2
lately,
weeks.
yeah. Here we go. Ball is away. Short kick near side will be taken at the 22. Up with it across to the 30, the 31-yard line, and that's where they will be down. The Huskies will take over at the 31.
1-yard return on the short kick.
And if you're the Huskies here, you got to capitalize. You have plenty of time. You can still play your game. You still run the football. 5:15 to play in the first half. You got, I believe, all 3 timeouts.
You have all 3 of your timeouts.
Or did they? Yes, they do have all 3 of their timeouts. It's
That's
Lee
what I need
Summit
to add.
North.
I'm going to need to add to the scoreboard the timeouts.
Timeouts.
I'm going to work on that next time.
You're already clicking 38 buttons
I mean,
for
I need
in
some
between
more
every
buttons.
play. So far, this offense has not netted very much in terms of the positive.
Another pass. That's out to the far side. taken down briskly after a gain of just 2. So great coverage there.
Hoffman's third catch. 3 catches, 27 yards for him tonight. He is the highest yardage man besides obviously Connor White, who has compiled the passing stats, but he's the leading receiver.
That's Stubblefield up the middle.
Stubblefield up the middle for a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 2.
And we're just kind of waiting for him to get loose a little bit.
I think
Just 4 yards.
we're going to see it. I mean, it's not an if, it's a win.
Yeah.
So
Bronco fans, let's hear you on 3rd down.
3rd down, Bronco fans are making some noise. 3rd and 2. Stubblefield right up the gut, and he'll get that 1st down. He needed 2, he got 3. So a new set of downs for Stubblefield and the Huskies. They get across the 40 to the 41.
And sometimes you know it's coming, and you just can't find a way to stop it. That one was.
I mean, that's one of the best rushers in the city. So yeah, no, that's.
He is 2nd in yards to Zane Palmer from Odessa, who has like 1,300.
He's got 1,000,000 yards in week 4. Across the middle, right at the Bronco. Across midfield, a gain of 13. So back-to-back 1st downs. It'll flip the field. Ball will be at the 45-yard line.
Just Sean White, one of the first times we've been able to call his name tonight.
3:54 left to play.
His 12th catch at 239 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into tonight. And he made a DeMarcus Robinson-esque play where he just kind of ran in a straight line.
Absolutely. Now we got a little turnaround. Screen pass near side across the 40, 35. Pushed out of bounds. That looked like Peyton Ashley.
It is.
Either Ashley or Hoffman.
Yeah, it's Ashley.
I believe it's Ashley.
And he's done well in the flat so far. You know, they've really ran that bootleg well, disguised the play action. And hopefully that play action will open up the run game. They'll be a little bit more docile. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is keep them backed off.
3:32 left to go in the half now. Huskies trying to get in the end zone. My goodness! Here comes that front 7.
They rush 6 every play.
Oh my gosh. And he got a. That was number 9 for
Chase Pearsall.
That was Pearsall who got all the way up on that one. My goodness.
And you've got to give credit to Connor White. It feels like every throw he's made so far tonight, he's had 4 guys in his face.
That was definitely a pressured.
Yeah, add that to the pressure category on
pressured pass. 3:27 left to go. Going to throw a little screen job out to the left side to Stubblefield and let him do his magic. He'll get about 3 yards, but not much more. It'll be 3rd and 7. So the Huskies in a little bit of a bind here. They got a big 3rd down at the 31. This is where their drive started to stall, that opening drive, but they were able to kind of get over that hump with that little passing route down here on the near side to Hoffman. So let's see if they go to the air to Hoffman. On the near side, we've got Jason White, who's got 2 touchdowns, 11 catches for 239 yards this season.
I believe it's going to be Hoffman on the far side. We've got a timeout by Blue Valley Northwest. 2:34 to play in this first half. 12-7 in favor of the home unit, Lee Summit North. It's been an interesting one so far. As we mentioned, you know, we're not hammering the over.
This has been a Big Ten football game. This has been just in the trenches tonight.
If I had the #1 offensive tackle in the nation on my football team, I might play a trench kind of football game as well.
That's really, I mean, that there's nothing else. They've just been find that guy and go run behind him, and it's worked.
To the tune of, in the first half, 108 rushing yards and a score. Tanner Howell, 6 carries for 72 yards and that touchdown.
.234 left to go. It is 3rd and 7 officially from the 31-yard line. Fake to Stubblefield across the middle. They've got it down to the 5-yard line. And that was Gavin Hoffman, I believe.
Yes.
As they found him across the middle, now they're going to go hurry up. First and goal.
This is where you give Stubblefield the football.
Stubblefield gets it. He's going to go off tackle right side. He's got a couple man to beat. Stays on his feet, but the field just got stretched with 2:20 left to go.
And that
Ball will be at the 5.
The perfect play for Blue Valley Northwest right there. Able to sell the handoff, found Hoffman. They're one of their best wideouts over the middle. Down the seam, right down the pipe. Now they're inside the 5-yard line looking to take the lead with this one. And that's where that special teams unit kind of starts to come back to bite.
Right?
Those 2 missed extra points would really add up if Blue Valley Northwest is able to add one here.
That's five total points that have been missed. So
left on the board.
Stubblefield left side, right up the middle, and it's in for a touchdown. Grant Stubblefield puts the Huskies back on top with 2:19 to play.
And he might have not had the big 100-yard half that we may have expected. But he's got 2
unsexy
touchdowns.
yards. Yeah, he's got 2 touchdowns, and now they'll try to make it a 2-point ball game. 13-12 the score currently.
Left-footed kicker, I like
Kick
it.
is up. Heck yeah. It was tipped, but it goes through. So with 2:19 left in the half,
Extra point is good for the Huskies.
14-12, but if you're North, I mean, you've still got a little bit of time. You got a couple of timeouts left. You've still got time to kind of drive down that field. You will have to probably put it in the air a little bit. But what a drive by Blue Valley Northwest. Started to stall at that 30-yard line, and they were able to get it over the top to Hoffman again. He has really been their go-to guy when they need a big chunk of yards. He's made 2 tremendous pass catches so far.
And if you wanted to talk about who you thought the guy was going to be tonight, I think
I'm not sure we would have
Stubblefield.
Not sure we would have said Gavin Hoffman, although he is leading the team through the air on touchdowns. And now you know why.
Yeah.
Huskies will kick off from the 40.
Isaiah Mosley and Tanner Howell again back deep to receive the kickoff for the Broncos.
Liberty North up 34-0 on Park Hill already tonight. They are showing why they're the top
They
dogs.
could have played that game on an electric football field, and Liberty North still going to win by 35.
Kendrick Bell's had one of the best passing seasons I think I've ever seen, though. He's got 1,400 yards and 20 touchdowns almost in 4 games.
Kick will be taken at the 12. Straight up the gut, across the 20, now goes out to the right side.
Coming back.
Flag in the backfield. It will come back. Now he'll be down about the 35-yard line. We'll see what that call is. Most likely it is on North.
Returned by Howes initially has the ball spotted at the 34.
Oak Park up 26-6 on Platte County. It's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one because Northtown lost to Platte County 2 weeks ago. And that was kind of a head-scratcher, although they have had some quarterback problems. Platte County is just Platte County. They're really, really good unless they're not, and I don't understand it. Now, I will say, we saw Oak Park in the opening week of the season. I think that's a team that nobody's looking at on the schedule, and they've only lost 1 game.
No, they're undefeated.
They're undefeated. They're
4-0. And they're the big, surprise pick.
Nobody had Oak Park doing anything this year. They had them at least a year away, I'll say.
And North Kansas City's also up 39-6 in St. Joe. And we'll see a quick 2-minute drill here, starting outside to Mosey, and he's going to fight for it just a little bit.
Yeah, that took a lot of time. It was a 4-yard pass, 4-yard completion. It'll be 2nd and 6. They are not taking a ton of time. I mean, they are taking a ton of time.
They hurried it up once you said that.
Yeah, there you go.
The Chris Kamler voice of reason.
Chris Kamler, voice of reason. Never things that have never been said. Hand off up the middle to the 20.
That'll do it.
Now a little bit of room to run, one man to beat. He's down at the 28-yard line. That man did beat him, but what a run out of the backfield. That was Eli Leonard. We talked about this 3-headed monster. Or I'm sorry, that was Baker out of the backfield.
Yeah.
But it is a first down. Three-step drop, looking deep. Has a man across midfield to the 45. What a pass by Ford.
And he finds Winston. Xavier Winston.
My goodness.
And
what a pass, and now we've got a timeout.
And that was a great ball. He just put it over the shoulder, able to find that soft spot in that back line, beat the safety back, and really, if he was able to catch that one running, he was gone.
I didn't think he had a chance at the ball at all. I thought it was well overthrown. He was able to get underneath it. What a catch. And that is going to not only extend the drive, but put them in spitting distance of the end zone with 1:11 to go here in the second quarter. That was a timeout by the Broncos, so they have one left.
Early Kansas upset alert. Staley up 21-19 over the top 10 Blue Valley West Jags.
Oh, my. And Staley.
5 years ago, that's not an upset.
No, I was going to say, Staley isn't really Staley this year, but they're still Staley. I mean, say what you will. So here we go, 1:11 to play. Now at the 45. Now they're going to look deep again. They'll look near side, overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10. They'll live to fight another day. Not 2nd and 6, you dumb computer. 2nd and 10 from the 45. So only took 3 seconds off the clock. They'll do it again.
Probably a business decision to pull that one long just a bit.
I think so. That really, I mean, you're just going to go right out of bounds at about a 3-yard gain anyway. So into the game comes Xavier Winston carrying the play. Second down, 2nd and 10 from the 45. Looking to pass again. They'll go out of the screen, and it'll be incomplete. There is a flag on the play. See what the piece of laundry is all about. Sitting at the 49-yard line. In the vicinity of encroachment or false start.
Maxwell, he's 8 for 14 for 93 yards in this first half. Has targeted Mosey the most, 5 receptions, 37 through the air for that pairing. And it's a passing down, 3rd down and 10. You really don't want this drive to stall out. You want to go into the half up. Not only is it your homecoming game, but that's really going to give you the momentum coming out.
Get some momentum, but it's a longer field because your special teams hasn't done squat so far tonight, so you're going to have to get in the end zone.
You're going to call a false start.
To get some points. It is a false start, so it'll move them back. It'll be 2nd and 15 from midfield.
Yeah, declined.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different then.
Well, he signaled it super late. He called the penalty, stopped, and then...
I'm just happy to be here. I want to do what I can for the team, guys. 2nd, it'll be 3rd and 10. They will take the down rather than the 5 yard.
I don't hate the call.
I don't hate that call either.
Do you think
That's why these guys make the big bucks?
If you're Lee Summit North here and you don't get it, are you thinking
it's a 4-down territory?
Okay.
What a pass! 2 men open. He's got it. No!
Oh my goodness!
The one that got away.
Can we talk about what a ball that was from Maxwell Ford?
Yeah, that was a dime, bro. That was a nice pass.
Rolling to his
left.
That
was a nice pass. Put it right in the breadbasket, and they will send the kicking team out. Eli Leonard as the alternate quarterback / pooch punter. Holy patoli.
And if that's caught, they're in the end zone for 6.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
They go formation. Oh, timeout.
Timeout. Huskies. They will call it with 56.7 on the clock.
That one might burn a little bit as they're down to their last timeout. And the Broncos are likely going to punt it here just so they don't give the Huskies an opportunity to get in before the half.
There have been 2 scores by Lee Summit North and 3 missed scoring opportunities. You had a missed field goal. You had 2 missed extra points. And this really should be a tied game. And I think that's the pro side for Lee Summit North. You go in the locker room and say, hey, guys, listen, we should be ahead in this game.
Yeah, it should be 17-14.
But that's also the con side. It's that we should be ahead in this game. So I think they've moved the ball well. They've been able to put it in the air. Just some missed opportunities, some missed passes, some missed connections. And on the Blue Valley Northwest side, same thing applies. You had early on, you had some missed routes. You had some missed catches. This easily could be 21-21 or even 24-28 Lee Summit North. Instead, we're at 14-12 Blue Valley Northwest.
And the things Blue Valley Northwest should take highly of in this first half is that they haven't played their brand of football, and they're winning.
High snap. Quarterback will run with it. This is Leonard. Leonard dives forward, but he'll be stopped short of the line to gain. So a little bit of riverboat gambling here by Lee Summit North. They will leave the Huskies with a shorter field with 50.5 seconds remaining. And the Huskies will get a new set of downs from the 39-yard line, and that is well within range of Connor White, as we have seen tonight.
And you can tell on that play, Eli Leonard just not feeling it today. He was limping on the run. We're probably not going to see much more of him. At full strength, that's 20 yards down the field, and that's a first down.
Yeah.
But
that in the playbook, that's a 15-yard run.
Yeah.
Instead, they needed 15. They got 13. Does not look like they are going to pull up at all. Stubblefield on the carry.
Do you try to run the hurry up here?
I'm not entirely sure. I think you've got the lead.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot going into half.
Right.
Throw an arm punt.
Yeah. 33 seconds, 31 now. They are in no hurry at all.
I wouldn't be.
Broncos are in no hurry.
They do have to get one play off.
Very likely that will be the score as we head to halftime.
Surprise Hail Mary right here.
I mean, you know. Stubblefield, the ball carrier, gets another 5 yards. Make it third down officially.
And the half will come to a close.
And that will be triple zeros on the board. And we will head to halftime. 14-12 your score, Blue Valley Northwest. We'll give you coverage of the homecoming stuff.
Festivities. I'm excited.
I'm going to head down and, I don't know, see if I can.
6 hot dogs in my press box by the time we.
Oh, yeah. I could. Somebody wave some popcorn smell around up here, and that was unacceptable. So we'll step aside here for just a moment on Metro Sports Kansas City as we go to halftime. Blue Valley Northwest leads Lee Summit North 14-12. We are at halftime, finishing up halftime. Who won? Did you win?
I did not.
How'd you do?
I'm over.
Let's see if this angle is any better. Oh my God, no! Oh my Lord! I look awful. I look like the jelly. Well, let's go. Let's just do that then.
Yeah.
We are at halftime. It's 14-12. Huskies over the Broncos, and you know we were talking right after that half. It's just kind of missed opportunities on both sides. I mean, both teams were able to move the ball pretty well, but only a couple of there. Been 4 touchdowns, just a really low-scoring game. Credit the defenses, credit that grind in the trenches for both teams. Lee Summit North, 221 yards of total offense. Blue Valley North, 128. They were at -1 after their first series, so they've really kind of come back, and now they lead 14-12. For Lee Summit North, it's just that you missed 5. You left 5 points on the field. And I think you gotta, on the plus side, you gotta think that we've been out here playing with these guys, but at the same time, you've gotta make fewer mistakes to the Broncos.
If you're Blue Valley Northwest, the big thing is capitalization. They've capitalized off of some of those unforced errors that Lee Summit North has made. That's why they're up 14-12 despite having 120 less yards. They've been able to dominate in the areas that Lee Summit North has kind of faltered. They've had short drives. Grant Stubblefield, 14 carries, 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, Lee Summit North has played make anyone not named Grant Stubblefield beat us, and Connor White has stepped up and taken that challenge so far.
Well, we were talking with some of the writers at halftime. I mean, that's really been kind of interesting that they've clearly stacked the box defensively as we would have expected them to do, but I've been a little bit surprised at how much they have embraced the pass, and I'm wondering if that will be adjusted in the second half, and we may just get Stubblefield left, Stubblefield right, Stubblefield up the middle in the second half.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You're up 14-12, and you got to think, Lee Summit North is going to come out of the half and make an adjustment. However, I think the pass has been to try to open up the run. You see a lot of it's going to be play action to the bootleg, getting outside, and I think that's to kind of give the illusion to that defense that they can back off a little bit. They can not send 6 or 5, even 7 every play, and then Grant Stubblefield will be able to run through those gaps. However, so far in that first half, Lee Summit North was committed to sending 5 or 6 every play, and it worked. Blue Valley Northwest has only put up 14 points. However, 5 points left on the board if you're Lee Summit North is not a winning strategy.
Well, neither of us would have taken the over tonight, and we'll see what the second half brings. Likely more of the same, but we'll see in what dose we see Stubblefield. And for Lee Summit North, what an offensive performance by Max Ford. He has done a fantastic job, and pull his stats up here.
And he's the quarterback tonight. We talked about having Eli Leonard and Max Ford splitting the snaps. And
no, he's
Eli
the guy.
Leonard, and
yeah.
Eli Leonard has not been seen besides punts for the 90s, dealing with some kind of an ailment, but 8 for 16 for 93
yards. And, his first 2, he was 1 for 3 to start out of the gate, and then finally, he was able to get over the top and find Winston a couple of times and Mosey once or twice. But rushing stats, Tanner Howes is 6 for 72 with a touchdown, and then Max Ford was able to quarterback sneak their first TD into the end zone.
And I think the adjustment for Lee Summit North is more of the same. Howes and Baker on the ground has worked for them. It's really a special teams adjustment that needs to be made. They know they can take the ball down the field and score. It is really just a matter of making sure that they are not leaving points on the board.
Speaking of points on the board, do we have a scoreboard update from a couple of games around the Metro? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
We have plenty. Blue Springs has Blue Valley, a top 15 team, on upset alert, 21-20. Grain Valley has a top 20 team in Blue Springs South on upset alert, 10-7. Lee Summit West, just across the town, up 35-0 over Lee Summit. Liberty North, the top dog, up 41-0 on Park Hill. Liberty, Park Hill South is sticking with them, 21-13. That's a good one. Ray Peck doing as they should on Blue Valley North, 27-7. The upset still alive, Staley over Blue Valley West, 21-19.
Well, that's going to be a close game there down the stretch.
And Raytown topping Fort Osage, 22-14. That one's a 50-50 Fort Osage, not the Fort O of old. North Kansas City over St. Joe Central, 39-14. Oak Park maintaining a lead, 26-12 over Platte County. Kearney, the startup, looking to run the table, 31-8 over Winnetonka.
Sheesh.
And Smithville putting a pounding on Excelsior Springs, 28-7. Belton, 38-7 over William Chrisman. On the Kansas side, Bishop Miege leading Rockhurst 21-14 at half. Blue Valley Southwest over Spring Hill 28-19, and St. James Academy putting number 4 St. Thomas Aquinas on upset alert, 17-7. Another good one, Mill Valley number 2. Gardner Edgerton number 21. Mill Valley leads that one 28-14. They came into that game 156-7 on the year.
Wow. We are simply awaiting the arrival of Lee Summit North onto the pitch. And we will get started here with the second half. Highlights, scores, stats, and more at Metro Sports Kansas City. It's updated multiple times a week. You have a top 25 that comes out on what day, and then we have a top 25 volleyball, and soccer comes out on other days, right?
We keep the release dates quiet.
Oh, that's right.
We're fighting.
This is high competition around here, man. I'll tell you what, this is crazy.
We all love each other.
Sure.
You and Spurl talked over the break.
Spurl's my guy.
Yeah, nothing but love for
Tim
them.
Spurl is quite simply the best play-by-play guy in the city right now. So I can't talk any crap on old Timmy. We are excited to be alongside, man. This is going to be a fun one. Here we go with the third quarter. Second half. Lee Summit and Blue Valley West. Lee Summit North and Blue Valley West taken at the 5.
Northwest.
Returnable. Here we go. Across the 15 to the 20, 21-yard line. And that is where the Huskies will take over their first drive of the second half.
Kick is returned by the Huskies from 4 up to the Blue Valley Northwest 21, where we have first and 10.
And this is a big drive on both sides. If Blue Valley Northwest is able to score here, they can make it a 2-possession ball game. And if you're Lee Summit North, you need a big defensive stop. That'll really bring the momentum back to you and hopefully start this second half off on a high note.
Connor White, Grant Stubblefield in the backfield. They will take a pause and read the tea leaves over on the far sideline. But it has been the 1-2 punch tonight of White and Stubblefield. Stubblefield right up the gut. Taken down and body slammed for a yard loss. Hello, good morning. Welcome out of the locker room. And a loss of 1 on the play.
Nawari. That's a felony in a couple states in the
We had talked about Nawari prior to the game. I mean, that'll
get you an Alabama offer right there.
That certainly will.
Grown man's game.
2nd and 10 officially.
They've got him.
Cross the outside, near side, caught at the 40. 31 man to beat, sheds a defender. 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Blue Valley Northwest. That was Jason White with the 80-yard touchdown.
It's Gavin Hoffman I had on the catch. Yeah, it was Gavin Hoffman on the catch.
Gavin Hoffman, his 5th touchdown of the season for 80 yards. And in 2 plays, Northwest jumps out to a 20-12 lead pending the extra point. could make it a 2-score game. Kick is up, right through the horseshoe, and it's up and in. 21-12 after that 80-yard touchdown. White to Hoffman, my goodness.
And you want to talk about Connor White, the way he's played in the first half and now to open up the second half. Read the defense perfectly coming off that edge. He saw it was man coverage, and Gavin Hoffman just beat his man down the sideline. He had one man to beat, and Gavin Hoffman has been lights out tonight.
That yards after catch and then shedding that tackler, Hoffman, that's a big-time play right there. What a catch by Hoffman to give him up 2 scores. Lee Summit North has missed 2 extra points plus a field goal. And we kind of told you to keep that in the back of your head, as this has been a back-and-forth game, but now the Huskies in control only about 15 seconds or only about 45 seconds into this one.
And we've talked all night about Grant Stubblefield stepping up. But
Everybody but.
Connor White said, excuse me, I'm just going to throw for 178 yards and a score. 11-12 to play in the third quarter.
What was in our tip sheet? It was, don't let Stubblefield beat you. And Stubblefield hasn't beaten you tonight. However, you are down 8-9, math. We are ready to kick it off, and Lee Summit North will get a chance. That's going to go into the end zone. And Howes will chuck it over to the ref, and we'll start with 11-12 left to play in the third quarter.
And this is a big drive here for Lee Summit North. Blue Valley Northwest has the momentum in full. They've scored 14 unanswered. If you're Lee Summit North here, you need to score. You understand that you cannot tie or take the lead on this drive. But if you can pick up 7 here and make it a 21-19 game, realistically, I don't think we see their field goal unit for the rest of the night.
But I don't, I don't think you do either. And
go for 2.
But I do not think, however, you're pressured into doing anything, throwing long bombs, running when you're passing when you need to throw. You got plenty of time, but you do need a good drive right here. Max Ford, hands off. That's Howes. Howes up the middle, off a defender. Gain of 2.
And in high school, we see a lot of the defense setting the offense up for success. And in this game for Blue Valley Northwest, their offense
setting
their defense up for success.
Really has. Going into tonight, we had talked about the front 7 of Lee Summit North. Not a ton of talk about Blue Valley Northwest, but my goodness, have they really been on display tonight.
And it looked early like Lee Summit North was just going to pound the ball down the throat.
Near the 30. And looks like that will be good enough for a first down. He'll go out of bounds. New set of downs at the 30-yard line.
We're not yet.
And that's exactly what they need. That's just a nice first down. 8-yard gain. Needed 8, got 8.
We're not yet to the point where they've got to rush.
Absolutely not. No.
Over 10 to play in
what
the
they need to do is they need to find what is successful right now for the next 3 drives and do that as much as possible.
You see that gigantic human being right there?
I see that. See that big fella. There is not a jersey large enough right now. Well, up the middle. That, however, is not really moving the pile so far. 2nd and 9 from the 20 or from the 31. So Howes gets another gain.
Aiden Bamer came in there able to make the stop. He is the star defensive guy on this Blue Valley Northwest side. They've got a lot of guys who will step up and make plays.
That was Howes' 7th carry. This is his 8th. Or no, rather, this is Baker. Baker gets into the secondary. Squirts through, up to midfield. Move the chains again. Here come the Broncos.
Like we said, find something that works and hammer it. They've done well with that so far.
Really have. Baker, that'll put him over 65 yards. That's his 8th carry. Call it about 68 yards. tonight, and Howes has 81.
Part where it really sucks that you left 5 points on the board.
Off to the far side. That is Mosey. Out of the backfield, gain of 5.
Just pick and pick and pick and pick apart. Been the goal so far tonight.
Well, this has kind of been, this is when a band comes out 20 years after their last album and plays the greatest hits right now. You're seeing that little flash out to that screen pass out to the far side. You're seeing Howes up the middle, Baker dashing out to the left side. This is what was getting that ball moving
like this
in that first half.
I want to see one thing. I know we understand that they don't need to take the deep shot yet, but I want to see if Max Ford can find Mosey on the outside. They're bringing him in single coverage. Only guy in the area is Chase Wimamont. That's the name of the night, Chase Wimamont. And they're isolating him. It's just him over there. So if you're Lee Summit North, if you can try to dial up that matchup, there's no safety help.
From the 43, through the middle. There is a flag in the backfield. Flag is down, and this is coming back. Was that Howes? I think that was Howes out.
It was.
So a 40-yard gain or 30-yard gain is going to come back and make it 3rd and long. And you wondered why he had such a big hole. Well, that's why. It was holding in the backfield.
Tonight it's been who can do the little things better, and
right.
Blue Valley Northwest has won that battle.
Yep.
Special teams, the penalty battle, the field position battle, and it feels like Blue Valley Northwest has just been the way that has swung.
Ball will be at the 49. It'll be 3rd and 11 officially after the penalty. And the clock will run with
going to be a big look here forward, and they will run it. It's 4 down territory. And Howes
right up the middle. There he goes. Howes, one man to beat, gets struck down, but a gain of 19 as Howes continues to just shred that defensive line. He's down to the 31. Howes, that may get him over 100 yards. He'll be real close. He might be right at the century mark after that 9th carry.
And again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is what's worked for them tonight. And if I'm Lee Summit North, I'm just going to hammer that.
Ball at the 31, 1st and 10. Here come the Broncos. This is Baker in the backfield. Baker will be stacked up.
Howes still.
Baker has sleeves, Howes does not. Is that right?
No.
I don't know.
3-yard loss.
Howes has sleeve. Baker does not.
2nd and 13 for the Broncos from the
Howes
Huskies.
is 4 inches
He's got the
smaller.
one sleeve. Yeah, also that. You'd think I'd be smarter than this, but I'm not. That's fine. 2nd and 13.
I will give it to you. We are far away.
I will say I have a number of buttons here that are taking a significant amount of attention. 2nd and 13. Ball from the 33, 7:04 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Going to shoot it out. Blocked at the line of scrimmage. Penetration inside. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
For the Broncos from the Huskies, 33.
It's a great play by the front 7 for Blue Valley Northwest, as Mosey did have some separation. If that one gets to him, he might be able to make a play there. But instead, it's another 3rd down and long.
Well, that's also generally Mosey's guy to block, too, so that's why he got inside. So it's really a timing play, and the guy got in. He's about 19 feet tall, so.
4 down territory.
You think down here? Yeah, probably. There's another shot. Hello! Touchdown! Touchdown, Isaiah Mosey! Forward to Mosey for 34 yards, and Lee Summit North is 3 away from tying the game.
And I said it earlier, they've been giving them single coverage on that left side, isolating him. No safety help. And right there, he finally got behind his man. And I feel like that's the big play that's been brewing all night long for Lee Summit North.
And my sense is that we are done with extra points, and you're going to see 2-point conversions from here on out.
It's really a win-win in this situation. You don't get it, and you're still only down by a field goal. You get it, and you're down by a point. And after a 40-yard touchdown, I mean, I feel like your offense has a little bit of confidence.
Empty backfield, though, for Ford. Ford looking far side corner. Going to throw a corner route, and he throws it into Nebraska.
Threw it into lane 4 of the track.
Yeah, that's out on 350 highway somewhere over by the big boy.
It is incomplete. Make the score, Blue Valley Northwest.
But
Summit North 18.
Absent the 3 missed extra points and the 3-point field goal, we got to still have 3-point ball game. I think if you're the Broncos, you are thanking your lucky stars
And you need
that
one
you're within
stop.
3 touchdowns right now.
You need one stop. That's all it takes for them, and they've got the defense to do it. Lee Summit North has been the defensive powerhouse in the area.
And by all accounts, you have the superior defense.
By all counting metrics, correct.
But that's why they play the games, right? To quote the recently fired Arizona State coach, Herm Edwards, you play to win the game.
Coming from a guy who just got fired because his team's
Well, I mean, listen, he's also 106 years old, so bless his heart, old Coach Herm.
I mean, he looks like Arthur, like the turtle.
Okay.
He does.
All right. Going to be taken at the 6-yard line. Across the 10, 15. Now stutter step, starts to go backwards. Never a good sign when you are the guy running it back. You do not want to stop and begin to backpedal. But that is what happened, and they will start their drive from the 16-yard, well, they'll call it the 15-yard line. That is where their drive will begin. Longer field for Blue Valley Northwest, and this may be the opportunity that North is looking for a big stop right here.
And you can kind of feel it in the air, that shift. You've got Lee Summit North making a play in this one. It's a big drive. If you're Blue Valley Northwest, you can kind of firmly plant your stake if you're able to get back in it here.
Going to go across the middle. That has worked all night to the 35, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! An 80-yard touchdown pass wasn't enough. How about an 85-yard touchdown pass? What a shot! And Lee Summit is still down as Blue Valley Northwest gets another TD in another short drive. Mercy!
Grant Stubblefield, nobody marked him, nobody touched him. He went right up the middle.
We saw that play once in the first quarter and never again, and they tucked it in their back pocket, and they're like, you know what, we're going to pull that out when we need it. My goodness gracious.
And it's blocked.
Oh, the night. High school kickers, man.
Well, that one was not on the fault of the kicker. The holder didn't get it down at all. He was holding it off the ground like this, and the kicker kicked it into the helmet.
Connor White to Grant Stubblefield's. That is only Stubblefield's second touchdown through the air this season.
He's got 3 on the night still, so you'll take it.
That is only his 4th catch of the season. He had 8 yards coming into tonight as a receiver. Add about 100 because he caught one for 15, and that one went for 85.
He's got
mercy sakes.
105 receiving yards to just 33 rushing yards. And if you bet that in the Kansas sports book,
no, he can't do it. We're on the wrong side of the state line. Can't do that here. Tell you what, we said it was a Big Ten game in the first half. This has turned into a Kansas track meet. All of a sudden, this is nuts.
We went from Big Ten to the Big 12 real quick.
Yeah, we went from the Big Ten to AFC West.
A good old-fashioned barn burner.
Oh my goodness, a lot of fun here. And that's really what I like about these games. Both coaches clearly saw what was working, what wasn't, and decided to show their hands early in this third quarter. 6:26 left to go.
Do you think Blue Valley Northwest was going to run air raid tonight?
For a touchback.
And you want to talk about a great stat line. Connor White, 10 for 15, 262 yards.
262 yards and two touchdowns. It's a pretty good night. That is a pretty good night. He was 34 for 58 for 548, 7 touchdowns, but he also had 5 interceptions. So, I mean, not unfathomable that he would be over 250 in the air, but the way he's done it with an 80-yard and 85-yard touchdown, I mean, my goodness.
And it shows you that Lee Summit North definitely thought it was going to be Stubblefield all the way down the line tonight.
Yeah.
A great job.
I mean, they've been just stacking the box and you get it over.
And a great job by Coach Clint Ryder, who calls the offensive plays. He's really credited with the rebuild Blue Valley Northwest has had, as a pass is complete to Winston over the middle. It has shown the way that Blue Valley Northwest was able to prepare for this game, and the fact that their offense has looked totally different than it did last week.
And kind of totally different than it did in the first half. I mean, they've only run 5 plays, but 2 of them have been for 80-plus yard touchdowns. So,
160-yard third quarter for Blue Valley Northwest.
Smokes. Hand off far side, going to run out of room and get stacked up for a loss. It was a 7-yard gain at first down. Now you lose 2. So it'll be 3rd and 5 from, call it the 29-yard line. 25, rather.
Broncos at their own 25.
Halfway through the third, now you're down 2 scores still. If you're Lee Summit North,
you've marked time.
The gas has slowly starting to have to be put on.
Yeah. Near side, here he goes. There goes Howes. Oh my goodness, tripped up. Otherwise, he was gone. Another large gain, a gain to the 44-yard line, 43-yard line rather. Makes it 1st and 10 with 4:57 left to play.
And we've seen kind of the opposite of what we thought we were going to see. Lee Summit North has that high-octane offense. We thought we were going to see them
this
throw
game's
bombs.
gone cuckoo pants all of a sudden. This is fun.
Throw the book out.
This
Throw
is
it
fun.
out.
I love it. Stacked up out of the pistol. One-step drop now across the middle. Has a man. That looks like Mosey. It is. Another 15-yard gain. 1st and 10. Move the chains. This has absolutely turned into a track meet. At this point, I love it. I love it. It's not that the first half put anybody to sleep. It's just there weren't any huge plays, and now we've seen 6 of them in the first few minutes of the third quarter.
The editor chopping up the highlights for this one's
There
going
you
to
go.
have a fun time.
Baker gets across the line, gets 5 yards. They'll call it 4-yard gain officially. It'll be 2nd and 6 to the 33. Clock continues to run at 3:52. I have decided that my internal computer clock is running faster than the scoreboard clock.
What I thought.
It is. It's running just a little faster. That's
Because I would look and you haven't pressed anything.
Nope,
and
hadn't
then all
pressed
of a sudden
That's
we're
okay.
4.5 seconds off.
Now, they may be stopping it for a second or two when the chains move, so that's probably it. Look at Baker stutter step through the line across the 20. Another double-digit gain for Lee Summit North.
And you want to talk about still being able to keep that level head, stay composed. You're down 2 scores, but they've still kept that drive.
They really have.
Nothing has gone away for Lee Summit North. They know they have time. If you can punch one in before the end of this quarter, you're still in good shape.
Ball from the 17 now, inside the red zone. 1st and 10, new set of downs for Lee Summit North in the offense. Nice little route to Xavier Winston. Winston's going to get you 7. Call it actually 9. 9-yard gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And
Ever closer to the end zone.
And that really opens up the playbook for Lee Summit North here. 2nd and a short one. You've got a little bit of space to play with.
Ball standing right at the 18-foot soccer line. At the 8-yard line. Clock continues to run. Handoff. Howes. Howes right up the middle. It'll be a 1st down. 1st and goal to go.
And a good play by the end there. That's Nate Livingston. He's able to read Howes and read where he was going to go, and he saved a touchdown.
Now Howes will give way to Baker. Baker will check in. Short distance. Quincy Baker tonight, 11 for 88 yards. Wants a big touchdown right here.
And that he will get.
And he got it. 3-yard touchdown run. Quincy Baker, touchdown. Touchdown, Lee Summit North.
It's hard to put the number 6 team in the Metro away. And we're witnessing that here.
Definitely.
And they've left 5, make that 7 points on the board. They should have 31 and be up 4 here. But special teams has eluded them. And they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, you're not going to see the kicking team the rest of the night. Howes checks into the game. They'll do it from the 4. 2-point conversion line. Here we go. From the 3, rather. Quarterback keeper. Did he get in? He did. Call it. Max Ford for 2.
Lowers his shoulder, and the low man wins. And he gets in the end zone, and we've got a 1-point ball game.
We have a 1-point game.
We've decided not much.
No. Nope. This is a good one.
It's
going to be a heck of a
Both teams scoring in their first 2 drives of the second half in spectacular fashion. All of a sudden, the fireworks tents are open in Lee Summit. Mercy. .156 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And we mentioned at the top, Lee Summit North is a team, capital T team. You're going to get contributions from everybody. We've only seen 1 quarterback tonight, but they've been running 2, 3 running backs, and you've got these wide receivers with Mosey, Winston, and then Howes on some jukes. And really, they have been doing it all in a collaborative fashion. And this has been a lot of fun to watch. It's a 1-score game. They trail by 1. Here we go. Kickoff number 5 of the half. We'll head across the N in Broncos, and we'll start it from the 20.
27-26. It was 14-12 at halftime.
Yeah. This has been a 3rd quarter that will elicit a highlight or 2 on the Metro Sports KC Twitter page. which we invite you to like and subscribe. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page yet, why don't you do that? That gives you coverage to all kinds. Anytime we go live, we do live volleyball, we do live football. I think we're about to do some live soccer.
We are.
I think we're going to have some fun. There's a drive up the middle by Stubblefield. He moves the pile about 4 yards. Second and 6.
I don't think if you're Blue Valley Northwest, you abandon the over-the-top offense.
You're up by 1. You're fine.
By any means, but I think that if you can work to get Stubblefield involved.
See, here's the thing, is that you've been passing. You barely use Stubblefield, and now you turn it over to Stubblefield, which is ridiculous, except that he's going to get crushed. There is a flag in the backfield. I don't know if that's going to be a hold or an unsportsmanlike. It'll be a hold on the Huskies. So the Huskies will move backwards.
We do have a flag on the play.
And we'll replay second down. It'll be 2nd and 16. We'll see where they spot the ball. Actually, penalty declined.
Yeah, make it 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. I like it.
Penalty is declined.
One of these days I'll understand it.
I don't
It'll
think
be
it's
at the
a bad
20.
move, but given that
You don't want to
he's
give
given up
Stubblefield
85-yard
extra
touchdown.
touches. I get it. So 3rd and 10, and listen to this crowd at Broncos Stadium. They are decked out in their homecoming attire. Pass out to the far side, caught at the 11-yard gain at the 31-yard line.
Gavin Hoffman.
He has just been Mr. Electric tonight.
Have yourself a night. 5 catches, 140 yards, and a score. Enough said.
Seems pretty good. Connor White nearing the 300-yard mark passing.
You think you were going to see that tonight?
I don't know. You know.
3/5 of what he's thrown the whole year. And
I've stopped trying to predict this game.
Yeah.
I am bad at it, and I am not going to get any better with 1 quarter to go. 35 seconds left to go in the quarter. 2nd and 9.
Blue Valley Northwest looking to come in and ruin the homecoming for Lee Summit North.
A lot of football here. This is Stubblefield. Jukes around the outside. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A huge tackle moves him back to the 29-yard line.
And Alex Block, he has made play after play after play from that outside linebacker spot. And the 3rd quarter wraps up 27-26. It's going to be an electrifying.
Yeah, buckle up, folks. This 4th quarter is going to be crazy. We're going to flip the field. Let's give Brennen one more chance to talk about 816 Nutrition.
I could use some of that right now.
Man, I'll tell you what.
We need some 816.
I don't know, man. I think some of these guys at halftime might have gotten some 816 Nutrition.
They got it.
This has been a completely different football game.
See that little blue thing right down there?
Yeah, I see it.
That's
all full of 816 Nutrition right there. They have been huge supporters of us as this is our inaugural season-ish.
Yeah, full season.
Full season.
It's been the first season of full coverage every week, and we couldn't have done it without 816 Nutrition. There are a lot of nights, more than I can count on both hands, that 816 Nutrition has got me through putting teams in on the website, putting stats in on the website. It's like 816 Nutrition.
This really is a partnership, is what you're saying. You're needing their product, and they're supporting our product.
Yeah.
4 fingers are in the air, folks. Look at that bench. They are going nuts down on the sidelines. Lee Summit North is pumped. And if you mentioned it, you kind of shifted a change in the air, and that momentum is definitely on the Lee Summit North side. We got 3rd and a mile, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 12, rather, from the 29.
I can't even hear you in the headset.
No, this is nuts. This is a big crowd here. It'll be White and Stubblefield in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left side. One wide receiver to the right. White gonna get swallowed up and he'll go down. Officially back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be a no gain by Connor White as that defensive front 7 just swallowed White whole. And here comes 4th down.
We spoke in the third quarter about if Lee Summit North could get a stop, get the crowd into it, they've got a chance.
And they're going to have a short field as the receiver is at the 40. Yeah, they're going to get a good kick. And now they're going to call poison, but that was about a 15-yard decision. Still, going to be a good field. They'll be down at the 26, I think.
There it goes.
Yeah, this is a hot crowd, man. This is all right. This is high school football, man. This is great.
Let's see what this offense can do now. I'm excited. We'll see Hal and we'll see Max Ford. Trips left set for him. Motion man. There'll be a handoff to Hal. He'll make a cut, make a spin move, and be met at the 30-yard line. We'll make it a 2nd down and about 7. And Lee Summit North is in a position that they are very well okay with.
Oh, yeah. Sitting at the 30-yard line here. They are.
I like Mosey on the near side.
That was a huge stop by their defense. Hal's out of the backfield. He'll dive forward for another 3. Still be short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
Big 3rd down here. If you're Blue Valley Northwest, you want to steal the momentum, get a stop right here.
I'm not sure even that's going to quiet this crowd down. They have been plugged in.
That third quarter will do it to you.
Yeah. If you can't find some excitement in that third quarter, you got to check your pulse. Right through the middle, 40, across the midfield. That is Baker. And he'll get it, flip it across to the 49-yard line of the Huskies. New set of downs, 1st and 10. What a play by Quincy Baker.
2 running backs, 100 or more yards tonight. Howe has 12 carries for 120 yards, and Baker eclipses the century mark on his 14th carry of the night. And Lee Summit North has grabbed the momentum over the last 5 game time minutes.
And they attempt to grab the lead here. Flag on the play in the vicinity of holding. That one may come back as Baker only got a yard or 2 anyway.
Short kick. We do have a flag down on the play.
We had already seen 14 points scored at this point in the third quarter.
That's right. That clock's running a little bit faster in this 4th quarter, though. We had a bunch of craziness in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we
that's going to back it up. That's going to make it
1st and
1st and 20. Yeah, 1st and 19. That's a huge penalty right there.
Takes the ball back to the Broncos 41. 1st down and 20 yards to go.
9:33 left to play in regulation. They got a 1-point game here, Lee Summit North. Trying to retake the lead since the 1st quarter. Going to pass it out to the flat. That pass kind of really took him backwards a little bit. I think you cut about a 6-yard gain into a 3-yard gain, but they'll still take it. Pushed out of bounds. Clock will stop with 9:10. Clock will continue to run, rather.
I believe
It'll
it
be
rolls until they're inside 5 in high school.
2nd and a mile. 2nd and it says 20. We're gonna call it
15.
16. I'm gonna put 16. See what happens. And this will be Howes. Howes has been able to find the magic so far tonight, but he'll get stacked up after a short gain of 2. That'll make it 3rd and about 14.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. That's it.
Right.
Tonight.
That's how you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. 46-yard line for Lee Summit North. This would be a huge stop right here on 3rd down for the Huskies if they could pull it off.
And if you're Lee Summit North right here, are you thinking split this into 2 plays, understand that you don't have to run something deep and get it to the marker, and we're going to see 11 on 11 in the box.
Holy smokes. They're going to try to go over the top, and they're going to get a little separation. They've got it. 11 on 11, they got up top.
And Xavier Winston has been the better call Saul of this one tonight.
My goodness, Winston has just been there whenever you needed him. Ball down to the 27-yard line. New set of downs for Lee Summit North. And you're right, they brought those 2 safeties up, and they were able to kind of on that slant route get around, and that's exactly what happened.
That's a great play design there by Jamar Mosey. He's able to create that illusion that they're going to try something underneath.
An outstanding high school football player in his own right. There goes Baker. Baker will get 10 more plus, and he'll go out of bounds after a gain of 17.
14-yard gain forces Quincy Baker out at the...
Baker will be down to the 13. So here comes Lee Summit North. Now with 7:45 left on the clock. We've got what Howard Cosell would call a developing situation here in Lee Summit North High School. These 2 state, I think we can call them rivals now.
Oh, absolutely.
After this one.
Might see this game on the docket for the next couple of
Been
years.
one for the ages. My goodness, he pushes the scrum.
Still going.
And he's still going. What a push. Baker moves the pile.
So a guy, Xavier Winston picks him up. He picked him up and walked him
Picked him up and carried him.
It was a gain of 2 that it turned into a 1st down.
1st and goal to go from the 2-yard. I've seen second efforts. That was about a 19th effort to get to that. Oh my goodness, what a play. And now they are knocking on the door. 27-26. 7 minutes to play in this one. Howes in the backfield. Ford now under center. Going to give it to Howes. Howes will dive forward for a touchdown. Lee Summit North retakes the lead on the 2-yard Tanner Howes dive.
And for the first time in the second half, Lee Summit North, they're back. And here's
Not
where
only
those 5
back.
points come to bite you a little bit. It would have been a 2-possession game had they converted, but they're going to keep the offense out there and try to go up by an even 7.
Well, they've not only overtaken what would have been 6 now points left on the field, but they now lead by 5, and they're going to try to make it a true 7 here. They're going to move Howes out wide.
Looks
leave
like the same play
Ford.
design.
Ford.
Didn't get the snap back.
That might, I think, that was a Wildcat-ish type snap. I don't know. Whatever it was, it didn't work.
Whatever it was. That was not the way they drew it.
See that? I want to look at that again. They must have had a guy just standing just to the right of the center. That's some Chiefs not. Yeah, they had their.
No, just hit him in the butt.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a fumble-rooski. I don't believe that was designed, but I don't know.
Where's Doug Flutie when you need him?
There you go. Now, I don't think we'll see a Hail Mary tonight, but this would be pretty cool. This crowd is going nuts. Check them out. They have been all decked out in their Disney garb, and they are pumped as their team retakes the lead. They're up by 5. Broncos and Huskies. This has been, I'd say, even better than advertised.
And you want to talk about a defensive performance. This isn't one that the Broncos will call a great one, 27 points, but you held the best running back in the state of Kansas, besides Dylan Edwards at Derby, to 30 yards.
So far, upended at the 20-yard line. And that is where the Huskies will take over. They stalled on that big stop, that last drive. And so Lee Summit North coming out with some renewed energy on defense.
And we talked about how Blue Valley Northwest has won every 50-50 ball. Lee Summit North.
50-50 has a way of flipping around after a while.
Lee Summit North hasn't won the 50-50 balls. They've just removed all doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
There haven't been very many 50-50 balls.
White and Stubblefield. White pass out to the flat. Intercepted! It is intercepted! Almost a pick six, but an interception on the far side. Let's see who got it.
Wow.
I did not get the name, but he is being mobbed on the sidelines.
That was either Nate Livingston or Xavier Winston.
I think it was Winston. Hang
and
on,
if you want to talk about
I'm gonna get you right
night.
here. Hang on, I'll get you for sure. 12. And now
Jameer Khan.
Yeah, Jameer Khan on the first down play, a scrum for 2. So Baker gets 2. And Lee Summit North will have the ball at the 15. They're going to stop the clock on the injury. My goodness gracious, what a game. And what a comeback by Lee Summit North. I mean, they were down double digits in this one. They were down 2 possessions. And now they lead, and now clock starts to become an issue with 6:25 left to play. While we're working on the injured Husky, why don't you give us a quick update on the top 25 around the city?
The big update that I've got for you is Blue Springs still leading Blue Valley 38-25. That's the big upset bid. Is we're
number one team in the city right there.
No, it's Liberty North.
Oh,
Blue Valley was a top 10 team in the
top
city.
10 team.
They are having one of their best years. They've got a great whiteout out there. And Staley, Blue Valley West, is 34-33 in favor of the Falcons.
That one's tightening up.
Chris, we might have you calling both games here in a minute.
I'm calling both games. We'll switch back to live action. And this is Baker. Baker! As he jogs forward for 6. He'll be short of the first down. But it'll be 3rd and about 2. 3rd and 1.5. Call it 3rd and 1 officially. It'll be at the 7.
Yes.
With 5:49, clock continues to run.
You want to erase all doubt, put it in the end zone here. And
absolutely.
The Huskies are going to need some of that magic they had in the 3rd quarter.
And you're going to have to get a couple of 8s up on the board. Quarterback sneak.
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
He found the gap.
He sure did. Max Ford with his second touchdown of the night. And he's flailing his arms around. Look at him. What a TD. Ford needed one. He got 7, and 6 points are up on the board.
It's a 2-score ball game with 5:27 to play.
(38-27). Timeout Lee Summit North. And this crowd is electrified as they are pumped.
Timeout's called by the Broncos.
Broncos call a timeout, 38-20. I had a so we've got this beautiful press box here in Lee Summit. But in a game like this, obviously there's extra people all over, and I've got 2 of the Lee Summit North coaches over on my right. And our press box is just open air, right? But it's fantastic. I mean, it's a gorgeous night for it. And so I was talking to the guy standing next to me. I'm like, well, what are you guys going to do after halftime? He says, keep playing. Just, we didn't make a ton of adjustments. We're just going to keep playing. I'll tell you what, whatever they did, he was being coy with me because they made a couple of adjustments, and this has been fun. This has been quite the comeback. 38-27, 11-point game. And to try to make it a 13-point game. No matter what they do, it'll remain a 2-score game on this. 2-point conversion. Their special teams have been just awful tonight. So they're going to go 2 points.
They didn't sugarcoat that one at all.
Oh, that's been not good. This is how he got it. Howe spins, dump trucks his way into the end zone for 2.
They haven't won the 50-50 balls, but every effort play that could have been made tonight in the second half, Lee Summit North has made. Should automatically go.
Should go. And we're back after that short delay. It's 40-27. Lee Summit North. If you stepped away at halftime and you're just now tuning back in, well, first off, where have you been? Second off, you've missed about 4 football games in the span of a quarter and a half. This has been nuts. It was 14-12 at halftime. And a boat race decided to come out of the locker room on both teams, and the Broncos have been the recipient of that. My goodness gracious, has this just been a ridiculous second half for Lee Summit North. What a fun ball game we got.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? That one will be taken at the 2-yard line. Up across the 10, 15, 20, room to run, 25, 30. Now across the 40, still on his feet to the 45. We'll see where he steps out of bounds. It looks like it'll be at about the 42-yard line. And it'll be a shorter field for the Huskies. This game ain't over. I don't think 40-27 is going to be your final.
Well, you may
we got some football going on.
What you may have missed is a guy getting murdered.
Oh, somebody got dump trucked over there on the far side.
Murdered.
5:17 to play. Clock becoming a factor for Blue Valley Northwest, who took a 2-point lead into the locker room at halftime, scored on their first 2 drives, and now find themselves down 13 somehow. Oh my goodness, what a tackle! Open field as Hoffman is upended.
Robin Lucas made the play in the flat, and we mentioned if we're going to talk about effort, Lee Summit North, something happened in the locker room.
Something happened.
Some conversation. And since then, every effort play that could have been made has been made.
Ball at the 44. White steps back across the middle. Intercepted again. Another interception.
Isaac McIntosh. And Lee
Number
Summit
10.
North may have just won themselves the football game.
Back-to-back interceptions. Turns this game on a dime. with 4:37 left to play. McIntosh comes up with it off of a barrel roll, tip drill, and the Broncos will have the ball at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 with 4.5 left on the clock. Holy smokes.
I said the fourth quarter was going to be crazy.
I
thought it was going to be 56-50.
This is good. And now Ford. That is how Baker.
Uh-oh.
Now a fumble. Still on his feet. He's going to try to throw it. And he throws it in the middle. Oh! You know what? Listen, if he comes up with that ball and they get a first down after calling fire after that, I'm walking out. I've seen it all. That is nuts. That is, you want to talk about things you don't do as a quarterback on a fumble play. You don't scramble backwards. You don't throw it to the middle of the field. It worked somehow, but it's just 2nd and 10. So,
a couple of years ago, Johnny Manziel against Bama, where he took the 13-second scramble. Kyler Murray last week against Oakland. That's what that looked like.
That was fun. Ball at the 48, 2nd and 10. Lee Summit North. This is Baker. Baker up the middle. Going to protect that ball. That is the most important thing right now as the clock now runs under 4:20.
The Clyde Edwards-Hilaire carry it with two hands until you're
going to carry it with two hands, son. You're going to carry that ball in the hallway with two hands today. Cross midfield, though, they flip 48. Gain of 4 on the play, 3rd and 6.
Under 4 to play now. Clock is definitely becoming a big factor.
And they could really leak some time off the clock if they get another first down. This is Howes. Howes has been the magic man all night. He goes forward 4, and you wonder if they just go ahead. They're going to probably bring Leonard out for a pooch, or they may just leave the offense on the field. 4th and 2, I don't know.
Got 295 rushing yards on the night.
You're up 2 scores. I think if you're up 1 score, you punt it away. I think up 2 scores, you go for this. Give it to Howes. They're going to take it all the way down. They can leak 20 more seconds off of this.
I don't even think they call a timeout. I think you take the delay of game here.
If you're going to pooch it, you take the delay of game. If you're not, you take the timeout. Broncos with 2 timeouts, Huskies with 3.
Take the delay of game. Give your punter a little bit more room. That's what they're going to do. They're going to let it roll to 0.
They are going to call a delay of game with 2:45 officially on the clock. It'll be 4th and, I don't know, 4th and,
5-yard delay game penalty.
they may decline it. No.
4th and 7 for the Broncos.
Just take it.
4th and 7.
Now Leonard comes in. He'll going to send him across and pooch it. They almost just got another 5-yard penalty.
Yeah. Blocked. It'll be recovered, but certainly a turnover on downs. And that adds, 30 yards. So a shorter field. Now if you're Blue Valley Northwest, you need to score quickly. Oh my, we've got party men down in the scrum here. We got a party breaking out down there, boys and girls. Brennen, I'd like to tell you how lucky you are tonight. I was one cable adapter away from sending you down into that for the last 3 minutes of this ball game. So just thank your lucky stars, because I was going to get you crowd surfed. No flag. Early start. Catch out to the flat. Jumps out of bounds. 2:30 left on the clock.
White's pass is complete for 11
It is a first down.
Ashley
at the
able to
38-yard
extend
line
that
of the
one.
Broncos.
2.5 minutes to play. The clock becomes a factor. They have all 3 timeouts, so you can get in the end zone. 2 minutes left on the clock. You don't even really
Got to get in the end zone, but you're not 14 down. So
they also have missed an extra point tonight, however.
also true.
Old. That wasn't a catchable ball, but had his hand in the cookie jar. That'll give him 15.
We do have a flag on the play.
We were talking, me and Joe were talking last year about how in Missouri the rule is that it is 15 yards from the line of scrimmage regardless. So we're talking about if you got beat 40 yards down the field, you might as well just tackle the guy.
Well, we saw that in the first half. Yeah. We saw that guy kind of trip over his own shoelaces and an uncatchable ball. So
15-yard passing penalty.
That'll move the ball to the 23. Most importantly, the clock will not run. So they get 15 more. And this is a must-score drive. And then you've got some options. $13-point deficit for the Huskies, who led it by 2 at halftime.
And in the house.
Here they come. What a tackle. What a good open field tackle. They're going to stay in bounds.
That's the most important part. The clock keeps running. Now you got to make the hurry-up play.
1 yard loss on the pass to the stubble field.
They're going quick.
For the Huskies.
They are going quick. It'll be 2nd and 11. Around the corner now, we've got a clock stoppage. And it looks like a false start on the near side. It is. So that'll make it 2nd and 16, I think, by my count. With 2:02, trying to keep the clock as synchronized as possible. 2:02 left to play. And the ball will be back at the 29. Clock will run on the ready for play signal. 2 minutes remaining, 13 points. Can the Huskies pull it out? Going to be a completed pass. He'll dash out of bounds. Gain of about 6 or 7.
Well, they mark him well. Not a great spot if you're Stubblefield.
No, that is not. It's 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, 3rd and 13.
White's pass is complete to Stubblefield for a short gain.
Rough spot.
Yeah.
Ball at the 26. Wow. I could have guaranteed you he got 6. But it is what it is. 3rd and 13. Ball at the 27. Most importantly, 1 minute and 38 seconds left on 3rd down. They ring the bell for 3rd down. And the Lee Summit North crowd on homecoming, starting to feel a potential victory over the number 6 team in the city. Now we don't have a play clock running. We don't have a clock running. Oh, they reset it to 1:55. That's just what I need. I need them resetting the clock on me.
And then throwing a penalty flag. Be a false start. Press more buttons, Chris.
We have $1,000 worth of equipment that isn't being used tonight. All designed. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. I know, first world problems. I understand. I understand. 3rd down. That's 3rd down. That's all you need to know. 3rd and a lot.
Yeah.
Here we go. White. Gonna throw it across the middle. He's got a man. Touchdown. Touchdown Huskies. Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet, folks. As who else but Peyton Atchley Pulls that one in. No, I mean Gavin Hoffman, rather. Hoffman from 38. And now they line up for a very important extra point. It is a 7-point game right now. This is a huge extra point to make it a 6-point game. Kick is up,
Good.
and that one is good. We got a 6-point ball game. We're not done yet, folks. 1:50 left to play. And now what do you do if you're the special teams coordinator? It has been a night of special teams, or the lack thereof. Do you go onside? You got to go onside kick, I guess, right here, right? They're going to put the hands team for Lee Summit North out there. Blue Valley Northwest will be kicking right to left on your computer screen or iPad screen or Roku device, whatever you're watching the game. Man, I'll tell you what, thank you for watching. We've had a lot of folks. There's been a lot of coverage of this game, and we appreciate you guys watching for us tonight. Shout out to us at @MetroSports_KC on Twitter. They're on the Insta faces.
Instagram.
Insta face snaps.
Yeah.
You can send them a snap a face instantly.
Sports Be Real.
Metro Sports. Do you have a grinder? You have a grinder
No.
account? No grinder account. Okay.
Whoa. In prime time, crew.
I'm just saying, man.
In prime time?
Prime crew, baby. Prime crew in prime time. And we have, tell you what, we've earned our money tonight. This one's been fun. 40-34. This one ain't over yet. We've got,
Do you know what that is?
got 110 seconds left in this one. I mean, I've heard stories. I saw a pamphlet. And it's past my bedtime. You can't be responsible for anything I say
Kamler
after
dark.
9 o'clock.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here comes the hands team. Onside kick on the way. They will go mid-range, find an open spot, hoping that it gets mishandled. Still on the field. And that took
7 seconds.
7 seconds off the clock. It'll be 1st and 10. And Lee Summit North needs a first down.
Put it
Huskies
simply.
have all 3 of their timeouts. So they might need two first downs.
With clock, you need 2.
Huge play here.
I mean, Lee Summit North, they have 295 rushing yards.
It's been
You need
ridiculous.
10. You need 10.
It's been nuts.
Tanner Howe's going to be the guy.
You cannot, if you're Lee Summit North, you cannot put the ball back in the Huskies' hands. Handoff, Howes up the middle.
Stopped.
And quickly stopped by timeout by Blue Valley Northwest.
Add 7 seconds to that. 4 seconds, I guess. But
2-yard gain by Howes.
That was a little home time clockwork right there because I heard a timeout whistle.
Home cooking.
And
Home cooking.
so we'll have 2nd and 8 officially.
First charge timeout of the half for the Huskies.
Ball at the 33, but more importantly, a minute 36. A minute now. They put 4 seconds back on. So I was right that time.
Yeah, you were.
Lee Summit North, 495 total yards of offense. Blue Valley Northwest, 346 total yards. Rushing, 41 for 297 by North, 22 for 26 by Northwest. But the passing yards have been reversed, 320 yards passing for Northwest, 198 on the ground or over in the air by the Broncos. There is Howes again, and clock will stop at 1:35.
3rd and 6.
So they have not really gotten too far to a first down. This will be a big play right here. This is going to be 3rd and 6. And if Howes can bust one free, although you've got 11 stacked in the box, this could be the game's going to be over. But if the Huskies can get a stop here, they may get their hands on the ball one more time. And Connor White and Gavin Hoffman have just been ridiculous through the air tonight.
This is
Hoffman, 6 receptions. Sorry, Brennen. 6 receptions for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. White, 15 of 22 for 320, 3 touchdowns. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts.
And you want to talk about, we're almost out of words to say about how we heralded this as the potential game of the year. And it lived up to the hype.
So far, this has been a very, very strong sporting event between these two teams from opposite sides of the state line.
Big 3rd down.
This is it. Big 3rd down here.
Huskies looking to pull the sled.
I heard it. Pull the sled. I got you. Just going to let that marinate for a little bit.
Ugh.
And now a timeout by Lee Summit North. We're going to talk about it. They were trying to draw somebody off sides. Get them 5 yards closer. So let's reset things for you. One clock is running. It should not be. It's 1:35 left. Clock operator's wanting to go home, man.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I can't get it to stop.
The button. I can't get the
one timeout for the Broncos. One timeout for the Huskies. 40-34. The score. This was a 14-12 game at halftime, as one would have expected, and it just went bonkers cakes at halftime.
Ugh.
Touchdowns on the first 4 drives of the half. 2 huge interceptions by the Lee Summit North defense. Huge interceptions. Back-breaking interceptions for the Huskies, but they are one play away from getting their hands on the ball one more time. There they go. A little firework for you, a little Katy Perry. Who doesn't love firework? And we have...
Oh, no.
Is that a false start? It is. That is not good. And I think they will reset the clock back to 1:35. It's currently showing 1:30. And it'll be 3rd and 11. That is going to change things a little bit. I still don't think you go to the air, but you're going to have to call something different, as the ball will be back down at the 26-yard line.
It's at the 30 even.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. It was actually sitting at the 26. My bad.
Okay,
I was like, why is it the 26?
It's a 10-yard false start.
I look up and I'm like, what? 1:35 left to play. 3rd and 11. Hand off to Howes. He is dumped in the backfield. And another timeout. The final timeout by the Huskies. That was quite the tackle. And it's going to be 4th and a mile. They're going to have to kick it. Here comes Eli Leonard. And
the last one was blocked.
1:31 left to play. We got some stuff going on here.
Blue Valley Northwest. You want to talk about defense in a 74-point scoring affair? You need a stop. Minute and 50 seconds on the clock. They take 19 seconds off and get 3 stops. They're going to have an opportunity to decide their own fate.
Final from up north, St. Joe Central falls to North Kansas City 53-14. So the Hornets improved to 4-1 on the year. And they've got a pretty winnable game next week at homecoming against the Ruskin, I believe, or Truman, I'm sorry.
One for their last 36.
That looks like a squad that can make some noise down the stretch. They're in a tough conference, but that'll be fun to watch. All right, 4th down. Here we go. We're going to have a pooch kick from Eli Leonard.
Good block.
He does get it away. Took about 3 seconds less than he did the last time, and they'll get a good roll, too. And that'll knock about 10 seconds off the clock. 1:22 left to play. And the Huskies down 6.
Needs 75 yards.
Needs 75 yards.
And so here, we're down in crunch time, so here's how the clock situation will work. The clock does stop on 1st downs. It'll stop until they get the marker set. And then the white cap will give it the signal to roll. So if you're Blue Valley Northwest, you don't need one big play. You can pick and pop so long as you pick up 1st downs or get out of bounds. Or you can do as they've done all night and get 80 yards in the air.
Right, which they have done multiple times. They're going to try to get 20 right here. They get 10. Completed pass. They're still in the middle of the field. 1st and 10, but they do move up 10 yards to the 35.
1:17 will be the clock as we get it set here. Now it'll roll. Moving quick. White hit as he threw.
Incomplete. Clock is at 1:08. 2nd and 10. This is a team that has been able to get over the top multiple times tonight. They've had touchdowns from 80 and 85 yards.
The jacket's coming off.
Jacket, here comes the jacket. The jacket's off, folks. Look out. 1:08 left to play, 2nd and 10. Out to the flat. No catch. They're going to call no catch. It looked like he had it for a second, but dropped it with 1:04 on the clock. 1:04 on the scoreboard. It's 3rd and 10. Your options become fewer now.
Obviously, it's 2-down territory here. You're going for you have to have it.
I think you go for it all right here. I think you throw it deep because you still have one more down.
I agree.
I think everybody runs a go route, and they do. Intercepted!
Oh, it's coming back.
There's a flag. Clock will continue to run. We'll see what the flag is all about. Whose pass interference it was. 54 seconds on the clock.
Bronco interception. We do have a flag down on the play.
That may be DPI, and if so, it'll be an automatic set of downs, and they may even put a few seconds back on the clock. 54.6.
They're going to talk about whether or not that was a catchable ball.
It was a catchable ball.
Yep.
That was more catchable than some of the other PIs that we've seen tonight. Pass interference on the defense. It's going to be 1st and 10 after 3rd and 10. Ball will move 15 yards to the other side of the field, to the Broncos side of the field, about the 45-yard line. We'll see exactly where they set it.
And the Lee Summit North crowd was
not happy.
favorable.
Not happy. 54.6. They will leave the clock, it looks like, at 54.6. So you did get to run another 5 seconds off, but a new set of downs. Here comes the noise. Here comes the funk from Lee Summit. Throw it short. 51.3.
And White is down. Connor White got hit.
Couple of guys are down. Couple of Huskies are down. White got absolutely plastered in the backfield.
Luckily for him, this one's incomplete. He's going to get a second to shake it off.
51.3 ticks on the clock. They need 46 yards. Oh, and they draw the flag. They're going to move back 5 yards. A false start. The left guard moved. They will have to see if everybody was set. It is. They're going to get it. They're going to get.
They need 51.
So it'll be second and 50. Now you need 51. This is a team that's been able to throw deep all night. Well, at least in the second half, they've been able to throw deep. 2 touchdowns, 80 and 85 yards.
No safeties.
No safeties back. There they go. Now he starts to back up. They're going to try to throw over the top of the safeties. And they were trying to get that magic connection to Hoffman. 47.3 left in the ball game. Third and 15 from the 49.
Big play here.
What a comeback by these Broncos, but they need 2 more plays.
And
they need
Hoffman.
2 more stops.
Hoffman is on the near side of your screen here.
Keep an eye on him. They're going to go across the middle. He's going to overthrow everybody. Clock will be stopped with 42 seconds to go. And if you're looking for any ray of sunshine, it's that only 5 seconds came off the clock, but you only have 1 more down. It's 4th down.
This is the biggest play of the night. You need it here, at least Summit North. They need 1 stop to solidify a homecoming W. And here we go.
Here comes the football team.
And they're going to get the crowd into this one.
This is it. All the soup and nuts you can handle right here on this play.
Timeout.
Timeout, Lee Summit North. Not quite ready yet.
They needed to build just a little bit more.
I understand.
Just a little bit more.
We are going to be legally required from this point forward that we will only do games if there is a guy in a tiger outfit down below. We did volleyball last week. We had Chester Cheetah, or Cheetah, just an orange cat suit of some sort. Some sort of marsupial, feline.
That might be the same guy. We're in the same town.
Honestly, it might be. I don't know. Or the same suit. I don't know.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
No. Here we go. 42.2 left to play. 4th and 15.
And
the Huskies with their backs against the wall.
Everybody in this building, this complex. Heck, the people in the apartments back there, they're on their feet.
They're on their feet. The only people that are not are wearing purple on the far side right now. Here they come. The Huskies. Number 6 team in the city against the number 3 team, Lee Summit North Broncos. Final play until another play. Let's see what happens. Trips to the left side, 1 to the right side. Stubblefield in the backfield. 1 step drop, he's dropped in the backfield. The quarterback sack. Nawari on the clothesline by Nawari. And that will do it. White is slow to get up. And the Broncos will go to the victory formation. And they will defeat Blue Valley Northwest in this cross-state showdown. What a game. Easily one of the better games I think we've seen in 5 years in Kansas City. This has been great.
You better hope that local law enforcement did not catch any wind of that play.
That was tough.
That is assault, battery, attempted murder. And Lee Summit North on homecoming night. They keep the magic. A double-digit comeback in the fourth quarter. And this one is all over.
And once again, we'd like to remind our fans to remain in your seats for the Lee Summit North Marching Band post-game homecoming performance.
40-34, your final score. That is over. That is it from Lee Summit North. What a ball game. Give you just a couple of stats before we sign off here. 494 in offense for the Broncos, 360 for the Huskies. Broncos got it done on the ground and only through the air when needed. The Huskies had a tremendous night in the air, 334 passing yards. Connor White, 3 touchdowns, 334 yards, 16 of 28. Quincy Baker on the ground, 19 carries for 152 yards, 1 TD. Isaiah Mosey, 8 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. And Maxwell Ford, 15 of 25, 198, 1 touchdown in the air, 2 on the ground. And my goodness, what a fun night of football this has been against these two teams that don't get to play each other all that often. But I'll tell you what, nobody's going to forget this one.
I will write to the state Congress. We'll take this to the Supreme Court if we have to. These two teams need to play each other every year for at least the next 5 years.
This has been fun, man. This has been a good one. On behalf of Brennen Knabbe, I am Chris Kamler. What did I say?
I'm just
All right.
looking
I was
at
like, what did I do? What did I do wrong? You're always looking at me like I did something wrong. On behalf of Brennen Knabbe, I'm Chris Kamler. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you guys. Stick with us. We're going to have some, and I'll tell you what, if we could promise you half the game that we can promise every week, this is going to be a fun season. And the Broncos will head into the end zone, and the crowd is doing the Miley dance. We are having a blast. So thank you so much for tuning in. 40-34 your final. Broncos defeat the Huskies from Lee Summit North. Have a great night.
The Bronco Marching Band is under the direction of Grant Fisher, Associate Director John Johnson, Percussion Director Travis Housman, and Color Guard Director Paige Brown, Carrie Craven, with further assistance